Hi guys, good morning. Can you all see the slides?
Good morning, madam. Yes, we can.
All right. Okay. Um, oh no, Sanjeeva, we didn't start it. I just started just now. Okay. So, all right. So let me go to the full screen mode.
There are so few students here, ma'am.
Sorry?
So few today. I mean,
It wasn't clear to me. What did you say? I didn't
uh,
hear it properly.
I meant, madam. So few students are there, madam. Because what happened to the other guys?
I don't think we have few students. We have, let me check the participants. I think we have quite a number of students. We have 12. 12 including myself, so we have 11.
Okay,
Yeah, we don't have, I don't think we have all the students here, but we have 11 so far. So I think the other students will join in during the lecture. All right, so guys, can you all see the slides on full screen, or is it just black?
Just black.
Okay. All right. Uh, okay, all right. So guys, can we enter the normal mode like we did in our previous weeks? Can we enter the normal mode and then zoom in and do the lecture? Can you
Okay,
all?
miss.
All right. All of you can read the content, right? The letters are not too small, right?
Can see properly, miss.
Okay, all right. Okay, all good then. Okay, so we can start off with the lesson then. All right. So guys, this is the content that you will be learning today. Okay, so
Can you share the screen so it's not showing?
It's not sure.
oh, it's okay. I think something's wrong. Can you see the screen now?
Yeah, now okay.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, these are the main topics that you will be learning today. So basically, you will be learning about partnership working in today's lecture. Okay, so you will learn what is meant by partnership working in health and social care, how partnership working happens in health and social care. And then there are different models of partnership working. So you will learn about those models as well. And then the benefits of partnership working. Okay, and the different acts that talk
Excuse
about
me.
part.
I can't
Yes,
see the screen. I don't know about others. Please ask from others, miss.
sure, Taranga. Guys, what about others?
I
Can you
can
all
see
see?
that.
I
Okay,
can see,
thank.
We
ma'am.
can see.
Okay, all right.
Okay, then
Taranga,
I will check.
yeah, it might be a connection issue, Taranga, maybe because the connection when the connection is like kind of poor, it takes time to load. Maybe that's the issue. Taranga, but you have the slides on WhatsApp, right? I shared this lecture note on
Okay, miss.
WhatsApp.
I will.
Yeah. Yes, Taranga. So try to like refer the slides from your phone on WhatsApp. All right. So yes, guys. So today we will be basically talking about partnership working. Okay. All right. Okay. So first of all, we need to know what is partnership working and how partnership working happens in health and social care. Okay, so when you see the when you see these two words, partnership working, can you guess what it means? Like, what do y'all think about this word, partnership working?
It means work together.
Yes, a very good answer. Yes, working together. And can I hear thoughts from others as well?
Sharing ideas and sharing the compassionate about whatever they are doing. It can be work. It can be some events.
Okay, once again, a good answer. A really good answer. Yes, in partnership working, we share ideas, we share procedures, protocols, knowledge, expertise, everything. Okay, and Mithni has an answer as well. An association of two or more people as partners. Yes, a really good answer again, Mithni. Yeah, so guys, all your answers are really good answers, and all those answers are correct. Okay, so partnership working is basically team working. Okay, so working as partners. Okay, so you can see this image over here as well, right? So how the word part how they have broken down the word partnership into two puzzle blocks over here in this image. Okay, so partnership working, what we do is we work with others. Basically, we are doing a teamwork, and in the process of doing this teamwork, we share certain things. Okay, so what are the certain things that we share? We share resources, we can share knowledge, we can share the benefits, the financial benefits we get. Likewise, we share these things. We share these things during this process of partnership working. Pubutu, I just saw your message saying that you can't join, but you are already in the participants list, right? You are already in the meeting. Yes. Hi, Pubutu, can you hear me? All right. So, Pubutu, if there's anything wrong, just let me know, because I just saw your message saying can't join on the Teams chat, but I can see you already in the meeting. Okay, so yes, if there's something wrong, just let me know. Okay, and Mithni has an answer again in the chat. Partnership working in health and social care brings together separate organizations so that they can benefit from pooled expertise. Exactly. Yes, the goal of partnership working is also to enhance the efficiency and quality of service provision. Yes. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So partnership. So we'll discuss these 2 points mentioned over here. Partnership working. So I explained you what is partnership working. Partnership working is several people coming together and working as a team, working as partners. Okay, so as I explained just now, during this process of working as partners, you share certain things. Okay, so these things can be resources, financial benefits, or knowledge, or expertise. It can be these things. Okay, so yeah, so partnership working in health and social care brings together separate organizations so that they can benefit from pooled expertise, resources, and power sharing. Okay, so yeah, so in health and social care, so now we are going to talk about how partnership working happens specifically in health and social care sector. Okay, so so in health and social care sector, partnership working happens when two separate organizations or when two or more separate organizations. It doesn't have to be always two, but for a partnership, you should have, partnership is not something that you can do alone. For a partnership, you should have at least two organizations. You can have more than two as well. Okay, so in health and social care sector, partnership working happens when two or more separate organizations come together and work together. Okay, so when they work together, they can benefit, they can get advantages from the pooled expertise. Expertise means knowledge or the knowledgeable people that you have in the workplace. Okay, so when different organizations come together and when they do partnership working as a team, they can benefit from expertise, knowledge, resources, and power sharing. Okay, because they can share the expertise among them, among different organizations. They can share the knowledge, they can share the expertise, and they can share the resources. Okay, so for example, guys, if you take an organization who doesn't have much resources. Okay, so just assume that there is a certain health and social care related organization which has lots of expertise, but they have limited resources. Okay, so how can they excel in the health and social care sector? So they can excel in the health and social care sector if they partner with another organization, another individual, separate organization, which has adequate resources. Okay, so if they pair up with another organization which has lots of resources, which has enough resources, then they can share the resources. So then both the organizations can be benefited mutually. Okay, so this is the advantage of partnership working, because you can always, when you do partnership working, you can always share things. You can share knowledge among organizations. Okay, because like different organizations have different values, different visions, different missions, and different expertise, different experts, different kind of people coming from different backgrounds. So when you do partnership working, you get the chance to get mingled, to get mixed up with all those things, right? You get exposed to different missions, different visions, different values, different attitudes, and different kinds of people. So that is the advantage. You get exposed to different kinds of things, and you get the chance to share things as well. You can share resources. Okay, so when it comes to resources, when it comes to organizational resources, there are several kinds of resources. There are human resources, there are financial resources, likewise. Okay, and so you can share these resources as well when you are engaged in partnership working. Okay, and then you can share the power as well. Okay, so again, for example, let's say there is a certain, let's assume that there is a certain health and social care related organization which has lots of expertise, which has lots of experts in the organization, and they have resources as well, but they don't have much power in the society. Okay, so if they power as in like they don't have a really good brand value in the society. Okay, so in that case, if they can pair up with another separate organization which has power in the society, which has a really good brand name and a brand value in the society, it will help the other organization um, to improve their power and to improve their brand value as well, right? When they pair up with another partner which has a really good power in the society. Okay, so these are the advantages that organizations, health and social care related organizations can gain from partnership working. Okay, so you can share resources, you can share expertise, and you can benefit, you can get the power as well. You can share the power among organizations as well. Okay, so the objective. So what is the purpose of doing all of these things? What is the purpose of partnership working? Okay, so the goal or the purpose of partnership working is to enhance efficiency and quality of service provision. Okay, so here we are talking about the efficiency and quality in the health and social care sector. Okay, so through partnership working, you can increase or improve the efficiency of health and social care services, and also you can improve the quality of health and social care services. Okay, because like uh, if you think about organizations working alone, instead of, so just forget about partnership working for a while. Okay, so if you think about or if you think about organizations working alone or working individually, when organizations or companies work individually, it will kind of be difficult to increase the efficiency or the quality of service. Okay, so when you work together with another partner or with several other partners, several other partner organizations, it will be easier um, for you to enhance the efficiency and the quality of service as well. Okay, so this is just a little bit about partnership working. Okay, so yeah, so I told you that in partnership working, these partner organizations share certain things. I just mentioned you that in partnership working, the organizations share certain things, right? Okay, so these are the traits, or the traits means characteristics. Okay, so traits means characteristics. Okay, so these are the characteristics um, shared by organizations that are involved in partnership working. Okay, so the organizations or the companies who are engaged in partnership working have these characteristics or traits. Okay, so let's look at each trait separately. Okay, so all parties involved have some sort of personal stake in the partnership. Okay, so personal stake means a personal financial gain, a personal financial benefit. Okay, so when organizations are engaged in partnership working, all these partner organizations who are engaged in partnership working have some sort of personal financial gain in the partnership. Okay, so for example, if organization A, organization B, organization C, and organization D are involved in partnership working, all these four organizations, A, B, C, and D, have some sort of personal financial gain through this partnership, through the partnership that they are in. Okay, because guys, otherwise, if there is no personal financial gain for a if there are no personal benefits for an organization, they will not enter a partnership. Okay, so the organizations or the companies will enter partnerships only if they get something in return. If they do not get any benefits in return, they will not get into partnerships with other organizations. Okay, so in partnership working, all the companies and all the organizations involved in partnership working, all the organizations who are in the partnership, gain some sort of a personal benefit, some sort of a personal benefit, some sort of a personal benefit through this partnership. Okay, so personal stake means personal benefit, personal advantages. Okay, so these personal benefits can be in terms of finance, can be in terms of money. Finance means money. Okay, so the personal benefits that I mentioned just now. So these benefits can be money, or else it can be, the benefits are not always money, right? Money is just one type of a benefit. Okay, so it can be money, or else it can be the image or the reputation. Okay, and it can be resources, it can be knowledge. Okay, so it's not, these personal benefits are not always money. It can be, in addition to money, it can be things like knowledge, power, reputation, image as well. Okay, so somehow, however, all the organizations and companies in the partnership, in all the organizations who are in a partnership will gain some sort of a benefit through this partnership. Okay, because that is the whole point of getting into a partnership. If they are not getting any benefit, organizations will not go into partnerships if they don't get any benefits. Yes, the whole point of going into a partnership is to improve the efficiency, to improve the quality of service, and also to gain some sort of a personal benefit through the partnership as well. Okay, and that is one trait. Okay, and all partners are working towards a common goal. Okay, so yeah, so in partnership working, we have in partnership working, we have several different organizations and different companies working together, right? As we discussed just a few minutes ago. Okay, so, and these organizations and these companies are from different backgrounds. Right? Okay, so that means these companies, these organizations, they all belong to the health and social care sector, but they are different companies, different organizations coming from different backgrounds, different companies, different organizations that have different people in them, right? So these individually, these organizations and companies are different from each other. Okay, so even though these organizations and companies are different from each other, once they get into a partnership, they are working towards a common goal. Okay, so guys, for example, you can take, you can forget about partnership working for few seconds, and you can think about a situation where you do a group assignment. Okay, so for this autumn modules, you will not do group assignments, it will be individual assignments. But for example, if you take a group work, a group assignment or a group project, for an example, uh, you never have a group where all the group members are coming from same backgrounds, right? Okay, so there can be like, so in a group, if you take a group, there can be some students who are extremely passionate and extremely enthusiastic about work. And some students can be a little bit there, and at the same time, there can be some students who are kind of hesitant to do work. Okay, and there can be some students who never turn up on time. They are always late. Okay, and there can be some group members who are always on time, very punctual students. So likewise, if you take a group, there are all the group members are different from each other, right? So likewise, even when it comes to partnership working, the organizations or the companies in the partnership are different from each other, are very different from each other. But even though they are different, they always make sure that they are working towards a common goal. Okay, so once again, if we go back to that group work example, so as I said, all the group members are different. In a group, almost all the group members are different from one another. But the entire group has a common goal, right? The common goal is to do the assignment on time and submit it on time and get good marks for the assignment and to get through the module, to pass the module. Okay, so that is the common goal of the entire group. Okay, so even though the group members come from different backgrounds, different attitudes, as a team, you have a common goal to do the assignment well and to submit it on time and to pass the subject. That is the common goal. It's a goal that everybody in the group has. Okay, so nobody wants to fail subjects. Nobody wants to score less on assignments, right? So passing the assignment, submitting it on time, and getting through the module, passing the module is a goal that everybody has. Okay, so a common goal is a goal that everybody has. Okay, so in group work, that is the common goal. Doing the assignment well, submitting it on time, and passing the module. That is the common goal that the entire group has. Okay, so similarly, in partnership working, even though these organizations and companies come from different backgrounds, once they enter a partnership, they always work towards a common goal. They always have a common goal, a common objective. Okay, and they always make sure that they work towards this common goal or the common objective despite the differences that they have. Okay, and yeah, so that is the second trait or the characteristic. Okay, and the third characteristic is the partners have a similar ethos or systems of beliefs. Okay, so ethos means attitudes. Okay, so I think you can see the word ethos over here. So ethos means attitudes. Ethos means attitudes. Okay, so once you enter a partnership, once several organizations or companies enter a partnership, they will have similar attitudes and similar beliefs. Okay, because if they have different attitudes and different beliefs and different opinions, it is very hard for them to work towards a common goal, right? To work towards a common goal, you should have similar attitudes or similar beliefs. Okay, so the organizations or the companies who are involved in partnership working have similar attitudes or similar ethos or similar beliefs, similar opinions. Okay, and the next trait, the partners work together over a reasonable period of time. Okay, so also guys, this partnership working, this when it comes to partnership working, these partnerships can be either long term or short term. Okay, so for example, these partnerships can be for 6 months, for 1 year, for 5 years, for 10 years. Okay, so if you think about partnerships that are supposed to last for 6 months or 1 year, we can consider them as short term partnerships. Okay, but there are some organizations who get into partnerships for 5 years, 10 years. Okay, so those are long-term partnerships. Okay, so these partnerships can be either short-term or long-term. Okay, so a partnership always has a specific period of time. Okay, so so when you, as an organization or as a company, when you get into a partnership, you should be very clear about the duration of this partnership. With are we going to stay in this partnership for 6 months? Are we going to stay in this partnership for 1 year? Or else are we going to stay in this partnership for 5 years or 10 years? Likewise, you should be crystal clear about the duration of the partnership. Okay, so a partnership should always have a specific period of duration. Okay, so yeah, so when the organizations get into a partnership, they should be aware of the duration of the partnerships. Okay, because there can be some organizations who don't prefer long-term partnerships, whereas some organizations don't prefer short-term partnerships. Okay, so that's why I said when you get into a partnership, you have to be clear about the duration of the partnership, whether it's a short-term partnership or a long-term partnership. Okay, and that is another trait of partnership working. Okay, and the next point, there is a mutual understanding of the value of each partner's contribution. Okay, so when we are engaged in partnership working, you should have all the parties involved, all the organizations or the companies involved in partnership working should have a mutual understanding about each one of them. Okay, so for example, if organization A, B, C, and D, 4 organizations get into a partnership, all these 4 organizations, A, B, C, and D, should have a mutual understanding about each other. Or the organization A should have a mutual understanding of organization B, C, and D. The organization B should have a mutual understanding about organization A, C, and D. And the organization C should have a mutual understanding about organization A, B, and D. And organization D should have a mutual understanding about organization A, B, and C. Likewise. Okay, so all the organizations involved in the partnership should have a mutual understanding of each other. Okay, so yeah, and then because the advantage of having a mutual understanding, the purpose of having a mutual understanding is like when you have a mutual understanding about the other partner's contributions, it is very easy for you to maintain the partnership. Okay, so for example, so let's take that example again, the organization A, B, C, and D getting into a partnership. Okay, so if, for example, if the organization A, B, and C are not appreciating the contribution of organization D towards the partnership, if they are not, if the other 3 organizations are not appreciating the contribution of organization D, the organization D will feel kind of disencouraged and they will turn down the partnership, they will turn down their agreement and they will walk out of the partnership, right? If they are not appreciated or if they are not valued, they will turn down the agreement and they will walk out of the partnership. Okay, so mutual understanding among each other is extremely important to maintain the partnership. Okay, so even if it's a short-term partnership, within that specific period of time, you have to maintain the partnership, right? So to maintain the partnership, mutual understanding is very important. Okay, and the other trait or the characteristic is there is respect and trust between the partners. Okay, so all the organizations and yeah, so all the organizations and all the companies involved in the partnership working have respect and trust between the partners. Okay, because you need to respect and you need to trust your partner organizations and partner companies to maintain this partnership for a certain period of time. Okay, so these are the characteristics or the traits that you can see in most partnerships. Okay, so most partnerships share these characteristics or traits. Uh, yeah, is franchise considered as partnership? Yes, Sanjeev. Yes, that's a really good question. Thanks for asking that. Yes, we consider franchise as partnership. Okay, and yeah. And yes, Mekni, I just saw your text on the chat. Yeah. Okay, so yes, as you have said here, partnership working, it prevents us from imposing our own views. Yes. In partnership working, what we do is we work with others, right? So when we work with others, we learn how to respect and value other people's attitudes and other people's opinions as well. So you learn how to like, you know, you learn how to respect and accept other people's views and opinions as well, in addition to yours. Okay, so thanks, Smithni, for that. And yeah, so I answered Sanjeeva's question. Okay, so now we will be looking into several definitions given by several people for partnership working in health and social care. Okay, so these people have given, so we will look at two definitions. Okay, so these people, so this is how these people have defined partnership working in health and social care. Okay, so first of all, there is this person called Joe Tunnard, a former associate director of Child Poverty Action Group, and he's a current social welfare consultant as well. Okay, so this is how he has defined partnership working in health and social care. Okay, so the essence of partnership is sharing. Yes, the partnership, as we discussed just now, the partnership working is all about sharing things. Okay, it is marked by respect for one another, role divisions, rights to information, accountability, competence, and value accorded to individual input. Okay, so as we discussed just now, to maintain the partnership, you should have mutual understanding and you should have respect and trust towards your partnered organizations or partnered companies. Okay, and in short, each partner is seen as having something to contribute. Power is shared, decisions are made jointly, and roles are not only respected but are also backed by legal and moral rights. Okay, so as we discussed just now, in a partnership working, you share certain things. It can be resources, it can be power, it can be knowledge. Okay, and you also take decisions jointly. Okay, you don't take individual decisions because, as we discussed earlier, in partnership working, the organizations and companies are working towards a common goal. They are not working towards separate goals, they are working towards a common goal. Okay, so if you can't work towards a common goal, if you take decisions individually or separately, to work work towards a common goal, you need to uh, you need to make decisions together. You have to make decisions jointly. Okay, so in partnership working, the organizations or the companies make decisions jointly together. Okay, so this is the definition given by this person called Joe Tunnard for partnership working in health and social care. Okay, so this is another really nice definition given for partnership working by a church. Okay, so this is how this particular church has defined partnership working. Okay, so partnerships can be formed between a number of individuals. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, for a partnership, you should have at least two organizations or two parties. Okay, but it doesn't have to be only two. It can be at least two, or it can be more than two as well. Okay, so partnership is a certain bond that forms between number of individuals, agencies, or organizations with a shared interest. Shared interest means common interest. Okay, because we already learned that they are working towards a common goal, right? Okay, so shared interest means that common goal, a common interest. Okay, so all the organizations, all the individuals, all the agencies in a partnership have a common interest. They don't have separate individual interests. Instead, they have a common interest. Okay, and there is usually an overarching purpose for partners to work together and a range of specific objectives. Okay, so there are several reasons why agencies, organizations, and companies get into partnerships. Okay, so partnerships are often formed to address specific issues and may be short or long term. Okay, so as we learned earlier, partnerships can be short term partnerships, long term partnerships, and you can form partnerships to address certain issues as well. Okay, so as I taught you guys earlier, if if there is an organization called Organization A, which has really good expertise, a really good uh, guys, can you hear me clearly or is my voice breaking? Is my voice breaking from time to time?
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I heard yes and no both. So is it yes? So yes for some and no for some. Is that so? Okay, so
I can
Fayaz,
hear you
it's
good.
clear. Okay, and for Taranga, it's clear. And guys who can't hear me clearly?
I can hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, there are
I
Okay.
some
can
internet
hear.
issues.
I can hear better, but
I can hear
sometimes it's
you all the
breaking.
time.
Okay, all right. Okay, okay. Um, all right. So most okay, so all of you guys can hear me clearly, right? All right, okay. Then it should be something wrong in the Teams, I guess, because I kept getting that hold on message. So that's why I just checked with y'all. Okay, so guys, if you can't hear me clearly and if my speech is breaking from time to time, just let me know in the chat. All right. So yeah, so this is a definition given for partnership working by a church. Okay, so now, so we looked at two definitions. One definition, this definition given by a person, and this definition given by a church. Okay, so now, now let's see how can how can we come up with our own definition for partnership working. Okay, so this is a simple definition for partnership working. Okay, so partnership working is about more than individual organizations meeting together and exchanging views. Okay, so in partnership working, different individual organizations meet together, they work together and they exchange their views, opinions, knowledge, resources. They exchange these things during this partnership working process. Okay, and it is about operating in a way which includes the views and interest of partners in order to move the partnership towards its objectives. Okay, so so in partnership working, all the partners who are involved in all the partner organizations who are involved in partnership working um, are working towards a common goal, are working towards a common objective. Okay, so they do not run behind their individual separate objectives. Instead of that, they they work towards a common objective. Okay, so this is what happens in partnership working. Okay, so now we will talk about different models of partnership working. So guys, before I move on to different models of partnership working, do you all have any questions about the stuff that we discussed so far? Yeah, so if you have any doubts, we can clear that out before we move on to the next topic. Do y'all have any doubts, guys? Okay. All right. I got to hear from Lahiru and Taranga. Can I see from others as well? Okay. All right. Okay. All right, guys. So we'll discuss this topic now. Okay, and if you get any questions while we are discussing, we can discuss those questions again after completing these few slides. Okay, so now we'll look at different models of partnership working. Okay, so partnership, as we discussed until now, partnership working is about different organizations, different agencies, and different companies coming together and working together, right? So by definition, it can sound like it's an easy process, but uh, it can be difficult, right? Because the organizations or the companies are different. As we discussed earlier, they are coming from different backgrounds. They have different types of resources. They have different types of brand image. They have different types of reputations in the society. Okay, so there are lots and lots of differences among these organizations and companies and agencies. So when they are coming together for a partnership, these differences also come together, right? When these organizations come together and form a partnership, these differences also come together and these differences also get accumulated. The differences also build up, right? Okay, and hi guys, I'm back. I'm sorry, I just got disconnected from the. I got automatically disconnected from the meeting. I don't know how it happened. So I had to join back. Can y'all hear me now? And can you all see the slides now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, so we were talking about different models, right? So before we talk about different models, I just wanted to tell you all the purpose of having different models for partnership working. Okay, so as we just discussed, these these organizations and these agencies, these companies, they are from different backgrounds, right? So coming from different backgrounds and working together can be a bit tough, can be a bit difficult. Okay, so like just forget about partnership working. Sometimes when if you think about a group project, if the group members are extremely different from one another, it can be difficult to do that project as a group, right? Sometimes group assignments can be even harder than individual projects and individual assignments. Yes, sometimes it depends. Sometimes team working can be fun, can be entertaining, but sometimes it can be stressful and it can be difficult as well. Okay, so the same theory, the same thing applies for partnership working as well. Okay, so in partnership working also, since these organizations, companies, agencies are coming from different backgrounds, working together as a team can be a bit difficult, can be a bit tough. Okay, so that is why we have developed several models for partnership working. So that's why people have created different models for partnership working. So you can look at these models, you can go through these different models and select the model that suits you the best. Okay, so for example, when you are buying a cloth, also when you are buying a dress or a cloth, also you check several and you pick the one that suits you the best, right? According to your preferences. So similarly here also, when you have different models, so people have created these different models to make partnership working easy. Okay, so when you have these models, when you have these different models, you can go through these models, you can check these models, you can learn about each of these model and pick the model that suits you the best. Okay, or you can pick the model that you like the most. Okay, so there are 4 main different models of partnership working. So we'll learn about all 4 of them one by one. Okay, so the first model is networking model. Okay, so this is the simplest model of partnership where organizations meet up regularly to share their practice and discuss areas of commonality. Okay, so out of these 4 different models, networking model is the simplest model of partnership working. Okay, so this is the simplest model of partnership working. So in networking model, what organizations do is they meet up regularly and discuss areas of commonality. Okay, so areas of commonality means similarities. Okay, so in this model, organizations meet up on a regular basis and then they discuss about the areas of similarity. They discuss about the similar areas that the organizations have. Okay, so for example, if we take four organizations, organization A, B, C, and D, getting into a networking model. Okay, so in that case, these 4 organizations, organization A, B, C, and D, will meet up regularly, will meet up on a regular basis and discuss their similar areas. Areas, the similar areas that all these 4 organizations have. Okay, so that is the nature of networking model. Okay, and there is no commitment to go further unless 2 or more organizations decide to do so. Okay, so when it comes to networking model, usually there is no commitment or there is no intention to go further in the partnership unless 2 or more organizations decide to do so. Okay, so in networking model, the organizations will go further in the they will go further in the partnership only if two or more organizations decided to continue this partnership, to go further in this partnership. Otherwise, there is no intention to go further in this partnership. Okay, because so this is why a networking model is the simplest model, because there are no extremely long-term plans in networking model. Okay, so networking, what happens in networking model is just meeting up regularly and just have a nice short and sweet chat about the similarities. That is how networking model happens. Otherwise, there are no extremely long-term intentions or long-term plans in networking model. Okay, so in networking model, the organizations will go further in the partnership only if two or more organizations decide to do so. Otherwise, they will not. Okay, so the purpose of networking model is to take up opportunities that may arise. Okay, so sometimes some organizations will need funding. If their financial resources are not so strong, they need funding. Okay, and some organizations want to deliver specific services to clients. Okay, and likewise, there are opportunities and there are needs that arise time to time, right? So this networking model is to address this networking model is to address these opportunities and needs that arise from time to time. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ දැන් අර time to time ඇති වෙන requirements, needs, opportunities fulfill කරගන්න තමයි මේ networking model එක තියෙන්නේ. හරිද? ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් අර එහෙම අර time to time ඇති වෙන requirements වලට අර ඒ වෙලාවේ හැටියට මොකක් හරි solution එකක් යොදා ගන්න තමයි networking model එක තියෙන්නේ. එහෙම නැතුව අර ලොකුවට long term plan එකක් තියාගෙන යන model එකක් නෙමෙයි networking model කියලා කියන්නේ. And ඒක හින්දාම තමයි it is the simplest model of partnership. මොකද මේ networking model is not complex and complicated like other models. So when you learn about the other three models, you will see how complicated and how kind of complex they are. Okay, so networking model is very simple because there are no extremely long-term plans in networking model. අර ඒ වෙලාවේ ඇති වෙන opportunities, ඒ වෙලාවේ ඇති වෙන මොන හරි requirements fulfill කරගන්න, ඒ වෙලාවේ ඇති වෙන මොන හරි ප්‍රශ්නවලට solutions ගන්න, ඒ වෙලාවේ ඇති වෙන time to time ඇති වෙන opportunities, ප්‍රශ්න ඒවට solutions ගන්න තමයි organizations get into this networking model of partnership working. හරිද? එහෙම නැතුව long term goals fulfill කරගන්න, long term plans fulfill කරගන්න නෙමෙයි usually මේ model එක use කරන්නේ. Okay, so this is how the networking model happens. Okay, and then we have the referral systems. Okay, so the second model is referral systems. Okay, so guys, just forget about the referral systems. What do y'all know already about referrals? Like, have you heard the word referral before? And if you have, what is the meaning of the word referral? You know, we need referrals for jobs as well and for educational purposes. So what are referrals?
Review something?
Sorry, Taranga, can you say it again? I missed it.
Review something?
Yeah, yes, sort of. Yes. And what about others?
Or written request?
Written request. Okay, yes, referrals can happen in form of a written request as well. And what do y'all think, guys? Referrals means what?
It may be guideline.
Guiding, okay. Yes, there is some sort of a guiding in referrals as well. Okay, so Sanjeeva, referring something or someone. Yes, Sanjeeva, that's a really good answer. Yes, exactly. So referrals are about referring something or someone. Referring means recommending someone or something. Okay, so even like I'm sure you guys know that in your CV also you put referees or references at the end, right? Okay, so when you send your CV to a certain company, they will ideally call those referees or the references that you have put in the CV, and they ask about you from them. What kind of a person this is, and can you tell us a bit about this person? Likewise, they will ask about you from them, from the people that you have put under referees or references in your CV. Okay, so then they will, so then your referees will tell what they feel about you. Okay, so they will either so they will either say if they have good things to tell about you, they will tell good things, and unfortunately, if not, they will not tell good things about you. If they don't have anything good to tell about you, yeah, if they don't have anything good to tell about you, then they will yes, Fayaz, that's a really good answer. Yes, sort of recommendations, exactly. Okay, so yes. Okay, so your referees will either recommend you or else they will not recommend you. Okay, so
it will be a commitment also.
commitment as in? Oh, you mean you'll get recommended or not recommended based on how committed you are in work. Okay, yes, that's a really good answer. Yes, that's a very valid point. Yes, guys. So commitment towards work is extremely important, not only in health and social care sector, but in every sector, right? So yes, so for you to get recommended or not, your commitment towards work will play a huge part during the recommendation. Okay, so yeah. So
Especially
in
if we
referral,
are, especially if we are targeting the customers, we are expecting commitments from them. Then after we can analyze how we organize, and what is the result of teamwork, and what is the result of our working schedule.
yes, yeah. Okay, so when you work in, that is right, when you work in health and social care sector, you should have, as a health and social care worker, you should be committed towards your work, and you should expect your clients and service users also to be committed as well. Okay, so they should also, your clients and your service users, your patients, okay, because if you take healthcare sector, the clients in healthcare sector are called patients, right? So they should be committed as well. They should be committed to their treatments, to their medications, to their sessions, to their treatments. Likewise, you should expect some sort of a commitment from your clients as well. Okay, so yeah, so we were talking about referrals, right? So in referral systems, so referral means recommendations. Okay, so in referral systems, what happens is one organization recommending another organization for their clients. Okay, so it's like organization, let's say organization A and B are in a partnership. Okay, so the organization A has their own customer base and organization B has their own customer base. Okay, so the customer base of organization A will come to organization A, right? Because it's their customer base. හරිද? A customer base එක organization B නෙමෙයිනේ approach කරන්නේ. organization A company එකේ organization A කියන organization එකේ customer base එක approach කරන්නේ organization A එක. නේ? So when organization A is approached by their customers, they will recommend organization B to their customers. කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලන්ව trust කරලා ඒ organization එකට එන කට්ටියට B organization එක recommend කරලා organization B එකට යාළුව යවනවා organization A එකේ. හරිද? So this is how referral systems work. Okay, so organizations agree on processes to share information and refer clients to other agency. Okay, so when there are two organizations involved in a referral system, one organization will refer their clients or their customers or their service users to the other agency. අර අනිත් organization එක අනිත් agency එක අනිත් company එක හෝ අනිත් organization එක recommend කරනවා තමන්ගේ clients ලාට recommend කරලා ඒ organization එකට තමන්ගේ clients ලාවත් යවනවා තමන්ගේ service users ලාවත් යවනවා. Okay, so මෙහෙම එකක් තමයි වෙන්නේ referral system එකක. Okay, so this is why we call it the referral system, because there's an organization which recommends their clients, their service users. There's an organization which recommends another organization to their clients or service users. Okay, so when an organization එකක් recommend කරලා ඒකට යවනවා. Okay, so අපි ඉස්සලා කතා කරා වගේ, if there are organization A and B in a partnership, organization A is recommending organization B to their clients. Okay, so එහෙම කරලා ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ clients ලවත් organization B එකට යවනවා. හරිද? So guys, now you might be wondering why they are doing that, right? Because like, why are you recommending another organization to your own client base, to your own customer base? Why do you think so? Why do you think they do this? What can be the reasons for the organizations to recommend some other organization to their clients?
ඒක මිස්ම හිතන්නේ අර කමියුනිකේට් නේ කියන්නේ දැන්. ඒ කියන්නේ කස්ටමර්ස් ලව කියන්නේ දැන් ඕගනයිසේෂන් එකකින් තව ඕගනයිසේෂන් එකකට දාන්න එකක් කමියුනිකේට් කරගන්න. කියන්නේ එතකොට කස්ටමර්ස් ලගේ අර wants and needs කියන එකත් හොඳට කියන්නේ අඳුර ගන්න පුළුවන්.
Okay, that's a good answer. Yes.
And they
Yes.
are having partnership, maybe.
Yes. Yes. They are having a partnership. And what else? So guys, we discussed earlier that nobody gets into a partnership if they are not benefiting from it, right? ඒ කියන්නේ කිසිම organization එකක් partnership එකකට යන්නේ නැහැ. එයාලට මුකුත් ආපහු අර return මොනවත් හම්බෙන්නේ නැත්තම් කිසිම organization එකක් partnership එකකට යන්නේ නැහැ. All organizations, all companies go into partnerships. Exactly, Fayaz. Yes, that's a really, really good answer. For personal, yes. That's a really good job in recalling that. Okay, so we discussed earlier that organizations don't go into partnerships if they don't get any personal benefits. So මෙහෙම අර වෙන organization එකක් recommend කරලා තමන්ට ලැබෙන benefits මොන වගේ benefits වෙන්න පුළුවන්ද? What kind of benefits do you get by recommending another organization or another agency to your clients? What can be the benefits?
reputed company එකක කියන අර ඒ brand name එක කියන්නේ අපි reputed කියන එක එයාලට justify කරගන්න පුළුවන්. කියන්නේ එයාලට කියන්න පුළුවන් අපි අපේ clients වලට customers වලට හොඳම දේ තමයි අපි නිතරම introduce කරන්න කියලා. එතකොට ඒකත් එක්ක ඒ අර reputed කියන brand එක එයාට වටනම නිතරම customers ලා එයාලත් එක්ක ඉන්නවා. එතකොට කොහොමද එයාලා profit margin එක එයාලට වැඩි කරගන්න පුළුවන්.
Yes, that's a really good answer. Yes. Yeah. So you can, that's one of the benefits that you can gain. Okay, so again, so if, okay, so for example, as we discussed earlier, let's take organization A and B. Okay, so let's say organization A and B are in a partnership, but organization B is much more reputed in the society than organization A. Okay, so if organization A recommends organization B for their clients, as you just mentioned, it shows that you always give or provide the best to your clients, and it will make you attract more clients, more customers, more service users. So more clients, more service users means more income, right? More money, more financial benefits. Okay, so that can be another, that can be one reason, that can be one benefit that you get from these referral systems. And yes, Sanjeeva, you are right as well. You will be able to share experiences. Yes, that is right as well. And yeah. Okay, and also yeah, and also
අනිත්
guys,
එක මිස්
sometimes yes.
රෙස්පොන්සිබිලිටි එකයි මෙහෙම දෙකුත් අපි හිතමු දැන් අපි කස්ටමර්ස්ලට එනකොට අපි තනියම හැන්ඩල් කරනකොට සමහර කරලා අපි ක්‍රිටිසිසම්ස් අහන්න වෙනවා.
Mm-hmm.
එතකොට ඒක අපි තනියම ගන්නවා. නමුත් අපි ටිකක් බෙදිලා ගියාපුවාම ඒ ක්‍රිටිසිසම්ස් අහන්න වෙන එක රෙස්පොන්සිබිලිටිස් කියන එකත් ඒකත් ෂෙයාර් ඇන්ඩ් ඩිවයිඩ් වෙනවා. එතකොට අපි හිතමු දැන්
Yes.
අපිට වැරදෙන තැනක් එනවනේ සමහරට අරයා කියන්න බෑ නෑ ඔක කොහොම කරන්න එපා මෙහෙම ගන්න. එතකොට අපිට ක්‍රිටිසයිස් කරන්න කෙනෙක් නෑ. ඒතකොට රෙස්පොන්සිබිලිටි එක අපිට ස්මූත්ලි මැනේජ් කරගන්න පුළුවන්. අන්න එහෙම වාසියකුත් තියෙනවා නේද?
Yes, yes, you are totally correct. Okay, so yes, we can share the responsibility, and as you said, like you can always get advice and guidance from the other organization. Okay, so if you did any mistake or any errors, the other organization will be able to guide you on how to correct it. Okay, and also guys, sometimes when it comes to referrals, for referrals, sometimes you get commissions, right? So again, like for referring, so for example, referring one, for example, for just for an example, these are not actual numbers, these are not actual percentages, I'm just telling you this just as an example. Okay, so for example, for referring one client, you might get 5% commission, for example. Okay, so if you recommended the organization for 2 clients, then it will be 10% likewise. Okay, so you can gain that kind of financial benefits also from these referral systems. Okay, so this is the purpose of referral systems. This is why organizations, agencies and companies go into referral systems. Okay, and that is about referral systems. And the third model is the consortium model. Okay, so this consortium model is a partnership set up for a mutually beneficial purpose, such as jointly bidding for resources or joining forces to act as a pressure group. Okay, so in a consortium model, both the parties, okay, so the two parties, or there can be more than two parties as well in a partnership. So somehow all the parties in the partnership, yeah, all the parties in the partnership gets mutually benefited. Mutually beneficial means beneficial for all of them. Mutually beneficial can හැමෝටම benefits හම්බෙනවා. Everybody in the partnership gets the benefits. Okay, so mutually beneficial කියන්නේ එහෙම එකකට. When everyone gets the benefits. Okay, so for example, if only one organization is okay, so for example, if only one organization is getting the benefits, that is not mutually beneficial. Mutually beneficial means all the parties are getting the benefits. Okay, so this in this consortium model, all the parties, all the partners in the partnership get mutually benefited. They all get benefits. Okay, so so how can they be mutually benefited? How can all the partners be mutually benefited? Okay, so for example, through jointly bidding for resources. Okay, so bidding means auctions. Okay, අපි auctions කියන අපි වෙන්දේසි කියලා කියන්නේ අපි සමහර ඒවට bid කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ. Okay, so bidding means that kind of auctions. Okay, so for example, it can be auctions and also some organizations go into this consortium model to act as a pressure group. Okay, so pressure groups means a pressure group means a group of people who influence a certain topic in the society. හරිද? කියන්නේ මොකක් හරි එක topic එකක් society එකට influence කරන්න හදපු group එකකට තමයි pressure groups කියලා කියන්නේ. Okay, so it can be, for example, it can be human rights groups, it can be animal rights groups, and employee rights groups. Likewise, you can have several types of pressure groups in the society. Okay, so in this consortium model, what basically happens is all the partners in this partnership get mutually benefited. They all get benefited by for example, by doing things like bidding for resources and acting as pressure groups. Okay, because when you bid for resources jointly, that is a financial benefit, right? And because if you could give the highest bid, you get that resource, right? Bidding කියන්නේ එහෙමනේ, එක්කෙනෙක් එක price එකක් කියනවා, තව එක්කෙනෙක් ඊට වඩා වැඩි price එකක් කියනවා, and another person tells an even higher price, and the person who tells the highest price will get the resource. Okay, so that is how bidding happens. Okay, so when you jointly bid for resources, so to bid alone, you should have you should have a really good amount of money, right? Sometimes certain resources can be expensive. So you might not be able to bid for these kind of expensive resources alone. But if you go into a partnership working, you will have a partner with you also to bid for the same resource jointly. එකට එකම resource එකකට එකට bid කරන්න පුළුවන් තව partner කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා if you entered partnership working with another organization. Okay, so jointly yeah, so jointly yes, there will be a combination. Okay, so there you will have a partner to bid for resources. Okay, so then that is a financial gain because දැන් අපි bid එක කියලා කියන ගාන ඔයාට කොටසක් ගෙවන්න පුළුවන්, partner අනිත් කොටස දාන්න පුළුවන්. Partner organization එක, ඒ කියන්නේ bid එක කියලා දෙන එක, you can share that bid among the parties. Okay, and each partner can contribute to the bid in portions. හරිද? තනියම pay කරන්න නැතුව අර කොටස් හැමෝටම partners හැමෝටම pay කරන්න පුළුවන් bid එකට. Okay, and yeah, and also acting as a pressure group can be a benefit as well, because when you act as a pressure group, so as we discussed earlier, what a pressure group does is like they influence a certain topic. They pressurize a certain topic to the society, right? They talk about they bring out a certain topic for the society. It can be human rights, for example, animal rights, employee rights, women's rights, children's rights, and environmental issues. Okay, and likewise, it can be any of these stuff. Okay, so when you act as a pressure group, it will help you gain some attention from the people, from the society, right? So when you get attention, it will sort of increase your customer base as well, because because now most of the people in the society, when you act as a pressure group, most of the people in the society notices your company, notices your organization now, because you're acting as a pressure group. Because of that, most of the people are noticing your company, noticing your agency now. Okay, so when most people are noticing you, there is a high probability of them approaching your organization for their needs, for their requirements, right? So it will sort of help you to increase your customer base as well. Okay, so when you get into this kind of a partnership model, consortium model, usually there will be a written agreement between the partners. Okay, so it can be a financial contract. Okay, and it can be some terms of conditions. It can be an agreement which contains some list of terms of conditions. Likewise,
It can be a
uh,
bond.
yes, it can be a bond. Yes, very good. So because this consortium model is, if you compare it with the other two models, the networking model and the referral system, especially if you compare it with the networking model is very simple. But if you compare the consortium model with the networking model, the consortium model is kind of complex, right? There are like lots of things happening in the consortium model, right? All the parties get mutually benefited, and that you can bid jointly, you can bid for resources jointly, and you can act as pressure groups. Likewise, there are like lots of things happening, lots of processes and protocols happening in the consortium model. So consortium model is not simple. Okay, it can be crucial, and it can be a bit difficult. Okay, and it can be risky as well. Okay, so because for example, if you take jointly bidding for resources, so that is something related to finance, right? So just imagine your partners promised that your partner companies promised you that they will contribute to the bid, but if they don't, now you have to pay the bid alone. So this model is extremely risky. Okay, so since this is a risky model, you can't handle this kind of a model or this kind of a partnership only through words, only through verbal conversations. You should have written proof. You should have written documents to back up this partnership for the security of this partnership. Okay, so most of the time for consortium models, there can be a written agreement. As you said, it can be a bond, and it can be a contract, and it can be a document which contains uh, terms of conditions. Likewise, it can be any sort of a written document that all the parties have to read carefully, understand, and sign. Okay, and in a consortium model, organizations can work separately, or they can choose to work alongside others as well. Okay, so that means, so in consortium model, so I don't want you all to misunderstand this sentence. Okay, so work totally separately means still they are working towards a common goal, but they are working separately. Okay, so for example, once again, if we take a group work, so okay, so let's say you have a group report to make for an assignment එකකට group report එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා හිතන්නකෝ. So let's say you have 10 group members. So all the 10 group members get together, and they start discussing about the report, and they start working on it together. Okay, so but there can be some members who will not work with you at that moment together. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒ වෙලාව එකට වැඩ කරන්නේ නැතුව හැබැයි එයා එයාගේ part එක පස්සේ එයා තනියම කරලා එවනවා. එහෙම අයත් ඉන්න පුළුවන් group work වල, group assignments වල. You can meet those kind of people as well. They don't really mingle with the group at that moment, but somehow they will do their part well, and they will send you their part. They will do their part at somehow, but they will work separately or individually. Okay, so they will do it at home and email you or send you through WhatsApp or whatever. Okay, so even in a group, even in group projects, even in group work, you can sometimes see people who work kind of separately, kind of apart from the group. Okay, so the
Maybe he is
similar,
handling mentoring or coordinating.
sorry,
Maybe he or she mentoring or coordinating the other parts. That can be happen. Is it you meant?
yes. Coordination නම් individually කරන්න අමාරුයි coordinating වගේ එකක්. For coordination you have to
ඒ කියන්නේ අපි හිතමු මිස් ලොකු ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එකක් යනවා කියලා. එතකොට අපි
yes.
හිතමු ලොකු ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එකක් යනවා මාස්ටර් ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එකක් යනකොට දැන් එක ඒ කියන්නේ අපි හිතමු A කියන පාර්ශවයේ අපි ලංකාවේ ඉන්නවා කියලා හිතමුකෝ. B කියන පාර්ශවයේ ඉන්නවා පිටරට. එතකොට ඔය පිටරට ඉන්න පාර්ශවය සම්බන්ධ කරන්නේ ඒ රටේ ඉන්න කවුරු හරි ශ්‍රී ලංකන් එක්කෙනෙක් හරි එහෙම නැත්නම් කවුරු හරි මැන්ඩේටරි ඒ ඉන්න එක්කෙනෙක් තමයි මේවා කරන්නේ. එතකොට දැන් අපි ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එක මෙහෙ ඉඳලා හැන්ඩල් කරන කට්ටිය එයාට තොරතුරු දෙනවා. එයා B කියන පාර්ශවයට තොරතුරු දෙනවා. ඒ විදිහට තමයි අන්න ඒ වගේ එකක්ද. එතකොට එයා අපිත් එක්ක නෙමෙයි වැඩ කරන්නේ. නමුත් එයා අපේ ඩීටේල්ස් අරගෙන අරයාලට ඉන්ෆෝම් කරලා එයා ඒ වැඩ ටික කරනවා. එහෙමද අයිඩියා කරන්නේ?
Yes, yes,
එහෙම
that
වෙන්න
can be.
පුළුවන්.
Yes, we can take that as an example. Okay, so that's exactly what I was trying to explain here. So in consortium model also, organizations can explain kara wage organizations like they still work for that common goal, but they work separately. එකට නැතුව separately වැඩ කරනවා, but still for that common goal. හරිද? අර group work එකක වුණත් මං කිව්වේ සමහරු ඒගොල්ලෝ වැඩි group එකත් එක්ක mingle වෙන්නේ නැති වුණාට they do their part somehow. So they are basically they are also working towards the same goal, but the difference is they work kind of separately. Okay, so the same thing applies here. Okay, so organizations in a consortium model, organizations can work alongside others together also, and they can work separately as well. So here, by working separately, what I meant is following the same goal and working separately. Working separately කියලා මෙතන අදහස් කරන්නේ එක එක partnersලා ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් එක එක partnered organizations එක එක goals පස්සේ යන එක නෙමෙයි common goal එකකට separately වැඩ කරන එක. Okay, so working towards a common goal but separately. Okay, so that can happen in the consortium model. Okay, so in a consortium model, we always believe that it is always better to work as a team rather than working as individuals, because in the according to the consortium model, we believe that the gain that you get from teamwork is always much higher than the gain that you get individually. Individually harness කරන success එකට වඩා teamwork එකකින් harness කරන success එක වැඩි කියලා තමයි that we believe in consortium model. Okay, and yeah, and then we have the fourth model, the multi-agency working model. Okay, so in this model, two or more organizations share resources to deliver work jointly. Okay, so in this model, two or more organizations work together by sharing resources. Okay, so these resources doesn't have to always be money. In addition to money, it can be just physical resources, and it can be human resources, people. Okay, and it can be money as well. Okay, so because we have different kinds of resources, not only money is just one type of resource at the workplace, right? We have several other kinds of resources as well. We have, what are the other kinds of resources? Human resources, and then knowledge can be considered as resources, as a resource. Okay, so likewise, in the multi-agency working model, the organizations are sharing these kind of resources among them. while working together. Okay, so this multi-agency working model is also a kind of complicated, and it can be kind of risky because you are sharing your resources, right? You are sharing what you have with some other partner organizations. So you have to be extremely cautious and careful in this when you are using this model for your company. Okay, so you should have a clear plan for this module to make sure that you carefully manage um, everything in this module, in this model. Okay, so you have to be extremely careful and cautious when you engage in a partnership working through this model. Okay, because the main reason that you have to be careful is because in this model you are sharing your resources. Okay, so that's why you have to be careful. And yeah, and as we discussed earlier, there should be a mutual respect and a mutual level of trust in between the partners for the partnership to work out. And then in this model also, we believe that it is always better to work together rather than working separately. Okay, so this belief is common to multi-agency working model and the consortium model both. Okay, so these are the 4 models of partnership working. Okay, so guys, so far we discussed 4 models of partnership working. So how can an organization choose a partnership network which is right for them? So there are 4 models of partnership working. So how can an organization decide the partnership model that suits for them? තමන්ට හරියන model එක මේ හතරෙන් තෝරගන්නේ කොහොමද? Organization එකක්. Okay, so they can choose the correct model by studying these factors, these 3 factors that I have mentioned. Okay, so first of all, as an organization, you should look at the nature of your services. What kind of health and social care services do we provide? Okay, so it can be like treatment services and then nursing services. So likewise, even in health and social care sector, we have companies which provide different services, right? So when you are choosing a model for your organization, you need to study the nature of your services. What kind of services do you deliver? Okay, and then you have to study your goals. What are the objectives that you have in your organization? What are the goals that you have? And then you have to study your organizational culture as well. Okay, so yeah, so you need to study these factors to select the partnership working model that suits for you. Okay, so when you have to choose a partnership model that is right for you, you have to study these factors about your organization before choosing the model. Okay, you can study these factors, get a very clear idea about your own organization or your own company, and then based on that understanding, you can choose the partnership model. Okay, so now we are going to talk about benefits of integrated health and social care teams. Okay, so what is the meaning of the word integration? Can someone tell me the meaning of the word integration? What is integrated?
එකතුවක් කියන එකද අපි කියන්නේ?
Yes. Integration means a combination. Yes, a combination. Yes, guys. Yes, combination. Yeah, it's a combination and mixture. කියන්නේ අර එකිනෙකට සම්බන්ධ වෙච්ච එකක් කියන එක ඉන්ටිග්‍රේෂන් කියන්නේ අර එකිනෙකට එක components එකට එකතු වෙච්ච එකක් එකට සම්බන්ධිත එකක්. Right. So linked. Exactly. Yes. Thank you. I was looking for a proper word to describe that. Yes, linked is the most suitable word to describe what is integration. Okay, so integrated means linked, combined together. Okay, so yeah. So now, in partnership working, what happens is health and social care organizations, agencies, and companies get linked, get combined, right? They get linked to form the partnership. They get linked, they get combined, they get integrated. Okay, so now you will see what are the benefits of this integration. What are the benefits of linking up? What are the benefits of forming partnerships in the health and social care sector? Okay, so one thing is there is a huge lot of benefits in partnership. So we will look at one by one. One thing is establishment of a one-stop shop for patients. Okay, so one-stop shop for patients kiyanne when so if you take, we talked about referral systems earlier. So organization A has a client base and organization B has their own client base. So I ask you to assume that organization A is referring organization B, organization A is recommending organization B to their clients as well. So all the clients will end up going into organization B. A එකට එන අයවත් B එකට යවනවා. එතකොට ultimately everyone ends up going to organization B. A එකට නැතුව හැමෝම අන්තිමට ultimately යවෙන්නේ organization B එකට. So that is a one stop shop for patients. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලන්ට organize එතකොට තැන් දෙකක රස්තියාදු වෙන්න ඕනේ නැහැ service users ලට. They can go to just one place to get their needs fulfilled. හරි ඒගොල්ලන්ට අපේ clients ලට අවශ්‍ය දේ කරගන්න rather than going to several places, they can go to just one place and get it done, which is easy for them. Okay, so that is one benefit. And delivery of care closer to clients' homes. Okay, so likewise, if you take the referral systems once again, if organization A receives a certain client for a certain need, okay, so this particular client approaches organization A, like assume that this client calls organization A එකට client කෙනෙක් call කරනවා කියලා හිතන්නකෝ. So in terms of location, organization B is more closer to this client than organization A. Organization B එක මේ client location එක වශයෙන් මේ client ගොඩක්ම එයාගේ client ගේ ගෙදරට ළඟින්ම තියෙන්නේ organization B එක. A එක ඒ client දුරයි කියලා හිතන්නකෝ organization B එකට වඩා A එක දුරයි. එහෙම situation එකකදී organization B can advise according to that referral systems that we talked just now, the organization B can recommend the client to reach out to organization A because it is in the close proximity it is located closely to the client. Okay, and so then so when the organization is located closely to your home, it is easier for the clients to get their requirements fulfilled. Okay, and when you have partnerships, you can provide a wide range of services. Okay, so as company A, you have a certain range of services, and company B has a certain range of services. So when you get together, when these companies get together, they have a wide range of services. Okay, so මෙයාගේ range එකයි අරයාගේ range එකයි දෙකම එකතු වෙනවා. So they have a wide range of services. Okay, so when you partner up with other organizations, you can have a wide range of services. Okay, and you can give a lot of choices to your clients. and you can give a better support to your clients and service users. Okay, and you can also support people to remain in their own homes. Okay, so for example, um, so let's say company A and B are in a partnership. They are company A and B. These two companies are in a partnership. Okay, so company A doesn't have home visit services, but company B has home visit services. Company A doesn't have, but company B has home visit services. So if they are in a partnership, then company A එකට home visit services නැති හින්දා, if it was not in a partnership, if company A was not in a partnership, they can't provide home visit services to their clients, right? But if they are in a partnership with company B, which has home visit services, now due to the partnership with company B, now they can provide home visit services to their clients because now they are in a partnership with another company who has home visit services. The home visit services දෙන්න පුළුවන් company එකක් එක partnership එකක් තියෙන හින්දා දැන් ඔයාට ඒ service එකක් දෙන්න පුළුවන් clients ලට. So that is another benefit, home visit services. Okay, and another benefit of partnership is you can share information with patients, and you can reduce duplication of services. Duplication of services means when several companies provide the same service. Duplication එකක් කියන්නේ repetition එක. Duplication means repetition. Okay, so when you are working alone, there can be several companies, several agencies that provide the same service. But in a partnership, you can get together and provide, instead of providing the same service by 10 different companies, you can get together, work as one team and provide uh, a better quality service to your clients. Okay, හරි. එකම service එක companies 10කින් එකම service එක දෙන්නම වෙනුවට you can get together and as one body, as a one party, you can provide as a one entity, you can provide the service to your customers. Okay, so this will prevent duplications or repetitions of services. Okay, and also when you are involved in partnership working, you will be able to understand a lot about team working. Okay, because you get to mingle with people coming from different financial backgrounds, from different cultural backgrounds, and very interestingly, you will get a chance to mingle with people coming from different religious backgrounds. Okay, so and what else? And you will get a chance to mingle with people who have different attitudes, who have different opinions. Okay, so in partnership working, you can you get a chance to understand more about team working. Okay, you get a chance to improve your team working skills in partnership working. Okay, and it will improve your job satisfaction as well. Okay, so job satisfaction means how satisfied you are about your job. Okay, so how this can happen? So if you look at partnership working, in partnership working, you share your responsibilities and you share your stress as well, right? Because when you are working alone, sometimes it can be stressful because there is only you to handle this particular task. Okay, but if your company is involved in partnership working, now you have a partner or you have few partnered companies. So you don't have to carry all the burden just on your shoulders. You have a partner to share your burden, stress, and you have a partner to share your stress and burden with, right? So you don't have to carry everything on your shoulder now. Okay, so this will lead you to be satisfied about your job because you will start feeling less stressful and you will start liking the job that you are doing. Okay, so it will lead to job satisfaction. Okay, and due to partnership working, you can have a multi-skilled workforce as well. Okay, so as we discussed earlier, the team will you will be able to improve your team working skills and communication skills and your soft skills, leadership skills likewise. Okay, so at the end of the partnership working process, you will have a multi-skilled, multi-talented workforce. Okay, and you will also be able to utilize your professionals in a better way. You will be able to make use of your employees in a better way when it comes to partnership working. Okay, and in partnership also, you can, as we just discussed, you can share things. You can share knowledge, you can share evaluations, you can share feedbacks, you can share performance indicators with each other likewise. Okay, so you can always share things and learn more. Okay, and a reduction in emergency admissions and length of stay. Okay, so if you look at the healthcare sector, hospitals, if you take hospitals for an example, there can be emergency admissions, right? The patients who are admitted to the hospital urgently. Emergency admissions means those kind of admissions, like the admissions that happen urgently. Okay, so if you have a partner hospital to help you out, you can reduce these emergency admissions as well. For example, you can come up with a contract where you say our hospital will take 50% of the emergency admissions and you will take 50%. Okay, so you don't have to so that one hospital doesn't have to carry all the stress about all the emergency admissions, because emergency admissions are crucial cases, right? It can be accidents, it can be like near death accidents likewise. So emergency admissions කියන්නේ අර ටක් ගාලා ඒවට respond කරන්න ඕනේ admissions. Okay, so you don't have time to like waste when it comes to emergency admissions. නැද සමහර වෙලාවට සමහර වෙලාවට in some hospitals, I'm not talking about well sophisticated hospitals, but in some වැඩිය developed නැති hospitals වල සමහර වෙලාවට ඒගොල්ලන්ට තියෙන emergency admission cases handle කරන්න ඉන්න staff එක මදි. They don't have enough staff, adequate staff to handle the amount of emergency admissions that they have. So ඒ වගේ වෙලාවක if you had a partnership with another hospital saying that 50% of emergency admissions will handle and the other 50% can you handle likewise. Okay, so then you can so then there will be no running out of staff එක මදි ප්‍රශ්න එතකොට ඇති වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද 50% මේවා handle කරන්නේ. අනිත් 50% එක ඔයාගේ partner hospital එක handle කරනවා. Okay, so ඒ වගේ situations වලට you can use partnership working. Okay, and and the reduction in multiple admissions for patients as well. So multiple admissions for patients means, once again, when you have too many admissions to the hospital, too many admissions of patients to the hospital. Okay, so this one also you can handle easily if you have a partner. Okay, so if you can direct some amount of your patients to another hospital, if you don't have enough staff in your hospital, that will be easy for you. And that will be good for your patients as well. Okay, because then they will get more attention to their needs when there are like අර පොඩි ප්‍රමාණික staff එකක් ලොකු patients ලා ප්‍රමාණයක් බලද්දී everybody will not get adequate attention, right? But staff එකක් patients ලා ප්‍රමාණයටම වගේ ලොකු staff එකක් ඉන්නවා නම් the patients will get individual attention. So it is good for your patients as well. Okay, and yeah, so these are the kind of benefits that you will get from partnership working. Okay, and when you are involved in partnership working, you can measure the risks as well. Okay, so you can do risk assessments together, measure the risks, and together you can discuss what are the actions, what are the solutions that you can take to solve these risks, to face these risks. Okay, and then there will be an improvement in the retention of support workers as well. So retention means අර retention of workers කියන්නේ වැඩ කරන මිනිස්සු ඒ වැඩ කරන තැන රඳා පැවතීම කියන එක. Okay, so previously we discussed about job satisfaction, right? So when people are satisfied about their job, the retention is high. The more they are satisfied, the more longer that they will stay in their workplace. Because when the job satisfaction is high, the retention is high as well. Okay, and then you can share your resources and you can monitor your patients and your clients efficiently. Okay, and you can share your knowledge across organizations as well. Okay, so these are some benefits of partnership working. Okay, so guys, we have in UK, not in Sri Lanka, in UK, in United Kingdom, they have this act called the Health and Social Care Act, okay, which was made in 2012. So, so in this act, in the Health and Social Care Act, you can find a lot and lots of information about partnership working. Okay, so this act talks about, this is an act which talks about partnership working. Okay, so guys, so I'm going to show you a presentation now. Okay, I will just quickly, okay, because this presentation, so I have put the link of the presentation here. So since you have the link, you guys also can access this presentation later on. Okay, so this, so here we talked about Health and Social Care Act in United Kingdom, right? So in this presentation, you will learn about another act in United Kingdom called Care Act, which was made in 2014. Okay, so yeah, so we are not going to discuss in detail about this act because the reason why I wanted to show you some information about this act is because it's an UK act. Okay, and this autumn diploma that you're doing is also a UK qualification. So I thought that it will be nicer to give you some insight about this CARE Act as well. Okay, so now let me give me just 1 minute to show you the presentation. Yeah, so guys, can you all sorry. Yeah, can you all see screen?
Everything
Still
done,
no,
madam.
madam.
Black.
Okay. All right, let me reload it again. Can you see it now, guys?
Still no, madam.
Okay. Nope. All right. So let's wait for like 1 minute to see if it uh, gets better. Can't you still can't you still see the screen, guys? Is it still black?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So guys, can we do this? So since I have mentioned the link in the lecture note, you can go to that link and refer the presentation, right? So this is a very, I'm not going to explain it in detail because it is an act. It is not it is not very much like related to the communication model, but the communication module that we are doing. Okay, so I'm going to just to give you an insight, I'm going to describe this act briefly. Yes, so okay, so Fayaz says he can see the screen. Fayaz, can you see that? You said yes to.
I can't see the screen, madam. කළු පාටයි තාම.
Say that see the screen.
Yeah.
Can you all see the screen now, guys?
No, ma'am. Still black.
Still black.
Can you guys see the presentation now? Oh, okay, cannot see the screen. Okay, all right. So guys, it's okay. So since I have mentioned the link in the presentation, you guys can go to that link and look at the presentation that I'm talking about. Okay, so anyways, we are not going to discuss make a lecture note එකක් වගේ discuss කරන්න යන්නේ නැහැ. I'm just telling you a few things about the CARE Act 2014 in UK. මේ CARE Act එක ගැන පොඩි චූටි දේවල් points 10ක් විතර කියන්න තමයි I'm using this slides. So එහින්ද will keep I will keep teaching you about the CARE Act. මම CARE Act එක ගැන දැන් teach කරන්න. Okay, so for now you guys just listen to what I say, and later you can go to the link and access the presentation. Okay, it's a slides share presentation. That's why that is the case. Okay, so let me go through the thing. Okay, so guys, now I'm going to tell you a little bit about the CARE Act. Okay, so Act එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ මොකක්ද මුලින්ම? So I'm sure you guys have seen this word earlier. So like Act එකක් කියන්නේ an act means
Policies.
sorry policy. Yes.
Policies.
පනත
Legislation.
පාර්ලිමේන්තුවෙන් සම්මත කරපු එක.
Yes.
Legislation.
Yes. Okay, so an act is a policy which has been passed by the government of a certain country. Okay, so act එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ it's a policy which was passed by the parliament of a certain country. Okay, so now we are going to talk a little bit about the CARE Act 2014. So CARE Act is an act in United Kingdom. So it's an act imposed by the Parliament of UK. Okay, in 2000, this act was made in 2014. Right, so let me, yeah. Okay, so guys, in addition to CARE Act, there are several acts that talk about partnerships as well. Okay, so CARE Act එකට අමතරව partnerships ගැන කතා කරන වෙනත් acts උත් තියෙනවා. Okay, so for example, Health Act 1999, National Health Service Act 2006, Health and Social Care Act 2012. So මේ වගේ there are some other acts that talk about partnerships as well in addition to CARE Act. But now, at the moment, we are going to talk a little bit about the CARE Act. Okay, so in the CARE Act, so in an act, there are several sections, right? So in this CARE Act, in section 3, 6, 7, and 43, they have mentioned in this CARE Act, in section 3, 6, 7, and 43 of CARE Act 2014, they have mentioned the responsibilities of the local authorities. Okay, so local authorities means the health and social care authorities that you have in your locality. Okay, so for example, so let's say I'm living in, just assume I'm living in Colombo. Okay, so in Colombo, say in Colombo 8, for example, let's say in Colombo 8. Okay, so the health and social care services that I have in Colombo 8 are my local authority. The local authority එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ අර එක්තරා location එකක තියෙන companies it can be companies, organizations, agencies, hospitals, it can be anything. හරිද? ඒ කියන්නේ අර එක්තරා location එකක තියෙන එක්තරා location එකක ඉන්න service providers ලට තමයි local authorities කියලා කියන්නේ. Okay, so in the health and in this CARE Act 2014, මේ CARE Act කියන act එකේ එක sections වල in sections 3, 6 and 3, 6, 7 and 43, in these sections they have mentioned the responsibilities of a local authority. Okay, so what are the health and social care related local authorities should do in terms of partnerships? Okay, and okay, so in the act they have mentioned that these local authorities, these local health and social care authorities should promote well-being of adults and should support the needs of the people in its particular area, and the local authority should also improve the quality of care and support for adults provided in its areas. Likewise, this CARE Act talks about the responsibilities of the local authorities in terms of health and social care. Okay, so in this act, they have described that local authorities work. The local authorities cannot work alone. Instead, they have to work collaboratively with district councils, prisons and probations, police and NHS, National Health Service in England, and then hospitals. So these local authorities should work collaboratively with these parties as well. Okay, so the CARE Act mentions these collaborations as well. Okay, so in the CARE Act, they have mentioned that you have to, the local authorities and all these parties should work collaboratively to improve the quality of their health and social care services. Okay, and the local authorities should always make sure that they provide proper care and proper service to their to the people living in that particular area. Okay, so that is one of the main responsibilities of the local authority. Okay, and apart from that, yeah, and in the CARE Act, they have also mentioned that the local authorities should make sure that the people living in that particular area have proper housing. Housing in the CARE Act, they have mentioned that every person should have a suitable living accommodation, a suitable place to live, because you need accommodation, you need a house for your physical and emotional well-being, right? So in the CARE Act, they have mentioned that accommodation or housing is an essential need that people should have to promote their physical and emotional well-being. Okay, so in the CARE Act, they have mentioned that the local authorities should make sure that the people living in that particular area, හරිද, local authority එක located area එක තියෙනවනේ, ඒ area එකේ ජීවත් වෙන මිනිස්සුන්ට proper housing තියෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා make sure කරගන්න ඕනේ. It's a responsibility of the local authority to make sure that the people living in that particular area has proper housing, has proper accommodation for their physical well-being and for their emotional well-being. Okay, so guys, I just saw these messages. Is my audio breaking or is it all good now? Can you all hear me clearly now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So we have very few to discuss as well anyway. Okay, all right. So if it's breaking, just let me know, guys. Let me know in the chat. Okay, and in the CARE Act 2014, they have also mentioned that you should provide proper employment options and proper training and education services to your health and social care workers as well. Okay, because you have to, as the local authority, you have to make sure that your workforce is well equipped, and well expertised enough to provide the services to your clients, right? So in the CARE Act, they have mentioned this point as well. They have mentioned that the local authorities should provide proper employment training and proper education services to their to the health and social care workers, to make sure that you provide that, to make sure that they provide proper service to the people as health and social care services. Right? They can local authorities වලින් health and social care workers ලට හරි විදිහට training, education, knowledge දෙන්න ඕනේ. කියලා mention වෙලා තියෙනවා CARE Act එකේ. That the local authority, it's another responsibility of the local authority to provide employment options and to provide suitable training and educational opportunities for your health and social care workers. Okay, and yeah, and also guys, in the CARE Act 2014, they have also mentioned that you can, when you go into partnerships, you can integrate several services as we discussed earlier. Okay, so for example, you can occupational therapy, district nursing, physiotherapy, home care, assistive technology. Likewise, so these are several types of services, right? So when you go into partnerships with other organizations and other agencies and other companies, you can integrate, you can link up several services. Okay, so yeah, so you can link up several services, so then you can end up providing a wide range of services to your customers, to your clients. Okay, so guys, this is just I wanted to teach you guys about the CARE Act 2014. Okay, so CARE Act 2014 is basically, it's a health and social care related act in United Kingdom. It was made in 2014. Okay, so it is an act. It is a UK act which also talks about partnerships. The partnerships gonna kata karana act එක. So that's why I just wanted to teach you a little bit about the CARE Act. Okay, so guys, that's all for the today's lecture. So do you all have any questions about today's lecture?
මිස් මේ අර ස්ලයිඩ් එකේ ඒ ෂෙයා කරපු මේ ඇක්ට් එක දැක්කේ නැහැ මිස්. ඒක මොනවද ස්ක්‍රීන්ෂොට් එකක් කරේ පොඩ්ඩක් දාන්න පුළුවන්ද?
මොකද්ද? ෂෙයා කරපු මොකද්ද?
ඒක මිස් අර දැන් ෂෙයා කරේ මේ යුනයිටඩ් කින්ග්ඩම් වල මේ ඇක්ට් එකක් මේ ෂෙයා කරේ ඇහුවේ පේනවද කියලා.
Yes, yes. Yes, yes. ඒකේ link එක තියෙනවා in your slide. මං lecture note එකේ slide number 19 වල I have mentioned the link to the presentation.
Right.
Right. So you
Okay.
just have to go to the link. That's it.
Okay, miss, thank you.
No worries. So guys, do you all have any questions?
Excuse me, madam. Yeah, in regarding the referral section in the partnership, as you said that that normally that business contract, partnership business contract, normally all the partners is sharing the that loss and profits normally. So
Yes.
as the instead of the partners and the commission, I mean the agents are getting commission. So
Yes.
I'm a bit
Yeah.
confused regarding that the partnership and the agency that two type of organizations. What we discuss today is under the partnership is the same as that contractual partner, that business contractual partnership, or is it different between that normal business contract partnership, or that, I mean, I'm a bit confused regarding the normally that partnership contract is divided. As I said, it's a loss sharing their liabilities, those kind of things. But,
Yes.
can you bit explain that difference between the agent and the business organization partnership?
Yes, Sanjeev, of course. Okay, so business contracts business contracts can be about any business, right? So the models that we talked today in today's lecture are the models related to partnerships in health and social care sector only.
Yeah, okay, right.
Okay, so
Okay, that's fine. I want
business,
to know.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay. So
normally
business
that business, the contractual model of the partnership is different than this
different.
what we talk today.
Exactly.
That's why, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because when you take business contracts and business like the business contract based partnerships, like business means there are several kinds of business, right? It can be like manufacturing, it can be education, like
Yeah,
it can be
I mean
like,
the type of
yeah,
organization when we discuss is that partnership, but
yeah,
that business contractual partnership is different than what we talk
different.
today. That's why
Yes,
so when
yes,
we
Sanjeev.
reply for the that I mean the partnership under that is this program, we have to answer according to that. No, that is that partnership module is the kind of a separate from that contractual partnership one. No.
Yes, Sanjeev. Yes,
Okay.
it is very different because in this like in this subject we are talking
Yeah.
about partnerships working and the models and the contracts that we have in only in the health and social care sector.
Okay,
Okay,
right,
so
right. And
that's the
normally,
reason for
I read that
differences.
in the health and social care section, and we saw normally that lots of medical agencies like that human they provide human resources to the hospitals and the some social care providers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, do they get any liabilities from that companies? I mean, they get agent commission for their services, so they are providers of the healthcare section
Yeah.
sectors. So at the same time, they get any liabilities for their suppliers.
Yeah. So, yes, we can, yes, they do get. So, as you said, we can consider the commission that they get as a financial benefit.
Yeah.
And also, there is a reason why you are like you are referring someone else to your clients, right? As we
Okay.
discussed earlier, because maybe at your organization, maybe you don't have enough resources to
Yeah.
handle your customer requirements and your clients' needs. So if you are partnered up with another organization which has better resources, which has better, what do you say, better facilities, uh, then you can tell your customers that we recommend like sorry, we don't have the necessary facilities for your treatment here with us, but we can recommend this place for you because they have this place has enough resources and has enough facilities for your treatment. So uh, in that way, your clients will also like they will feel that you are trying to provide the best for them, right? ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් ඔයාට දැන් ඔයාගේ ඔයාගේ work place එකෙන් පුළුවන් විදිහට treatment එක ගන්න කියන්නේ නැතුව ඔයා ඊට වඩා හොඳ තැනකට යන්න කියලා යාට recommend කරන්නේ because as a health and social care worker you are willing to provide the best for your customers. Okay, so they will so this will help your customers or your clients to gain a good image about your company, about your organization, or about your agency or whatever, or about it can be your hospital as well. Okay, so they will gain a good image about your organization. Okay, so gaining a good image kiyanne it's a matter of reputation. Okay, so as you said, commissions. So you asked me whether there are any benefits, right? So you already mentioned
No, madam.
commissions.
My question is regarding that if say that that health agency එකක් අපි කවුරු හරි දැන් මම health agency එකක් through තව මොකක් හරි health care මොකක් හරි nursing home එකකට වැඩට යනවා නම් මම හින්දා ඒ nursing home එකේ මොන හරි liability එකක් occur වුණොත් එහෙම
Ah,
ඒකට
yes. Okay, okay.
ඒකේ ඒ liability එක ගන්නවද මාව provide කරපු agency එක?
Yes, yes, Sanjeeva, yes. So sorry, I misunderstood your question
Yeah,
previously.
okay.
Yes, yes, Sanjeeva, yes. The answer to the question is yes, because you are being sent to that organization through the agency that you are. ඔයා ඇත්තටම වැඩ කරන්නේ ඔයා දැන් වැඩ කරන ඒජන්සි කියන්නේ ඒකෙන් තමයි ඔයාව තව තැනකට යවන්නේ. හරිද? ඒ කියන්නේ like yes, you are working towards a common goal. All of that is right. In a partnership, you are working towards a common goal, and you are working for that company. I mean, you are doing your job, but that's right. But legally, ඔයා දැන් ඔයා agency එකකින් යවනවා නම් you are a worker in that agency, right?
Okay.
කියන්නේ ඒ agency එකේ worker කෙනෙක් නේ. ඔයා agency එකක් through එකකට යනවා නම් ඒ agency එක හරහානේ ඔයා යන්නේ. එතකොට there is a certain some kind of a bond between you and the agency. එතකොට there are any if there are any liability issues like legal issues happen in that company, ඔයාගේ අතින් එහෙම මොනවා හරි issues වුණොත්, I'm not saying that the agency should take the 100% responsibility of it, because you should get, I mean, we should be accountable for our own actions, right? So you should also take some amount of responsibility for those issues, and the agency will also take some amount of responsibility for those issues. කියන්නේ
ඒක මම හිතන්නේ ඒක
ඒ
ඩිපෙන්ඩ්
risk එක.
වෙනවා ඇත්තේ ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ඇග්‍රීමන්ට් එක අනුවනේ. එහෙමද
Yes.
නැත්නම් අනිවාර්යෙන්ම ගන්න ඕනේ කියලා එකක් නැහැනේ නේ.
අනිවාර්යෙන්ම ගන්න ඕනේ කියන්නේ සංජීව usually agency එකක් සමහර වෙලාවට yes, it can depend on the
Depend on
agreement
the
as agreement as well, but දැන් එහෙම දැන් මොකක් හරි agency එකකින් agreement එකේ කියලා තියෙනවා නම් අපි කිසිම liability issue එකකට කිසිම legal ඔයා අතින් වෙන කිසිම මේකකට අපි වග කියන්නේ නැහැ කියලා, that is kind of risky. I mean, like that means like that is kind of risky. කියන්නේ like if something happened, you don't have any support from anyone, right? ඒ කියන්නේ so ගොඩක් වෙලාවට contracts වල කලාතුරකින් එහෙම තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, but ගොඩක් වෙලාවට agency එකෙන් agency එකක් හරහා මොකට හරි යනවා නම් agency එකෙන් මේ වගකීමක් ඇත්තටම ගන්න ඕනේ. It's a responsibility. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒක ඇත්තටම කෙරෙන්න ඕනේ දෙයක්. I'm not saying that they should take 100% responsibility, but යම් තාක් දුරකට responsibility එකක් ගන්න ඕනේ. and තමනුත් යම් තාක් තමන්ගේ අතින් වෙච්ච එකට තමනුත් යම් තාක් දුරකට responsibility එකක් ගන්න ඕනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒක තමනුයි agency එකයි අතර බෙදිලා යනවා ඇත්තටම.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
No worries, Sanjeev. So guys, any questions? Any more questions?
මිස් එක ක්වෙස්චන් එකක් තියෙනවා මට. දැන් අපි දැන් මේ පාර්ට් එකෙන් අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් කතා කරන අපි ඕගනයිසේෂන් එකක් කරන්න පුළුවන්, කම්පැනි එකක් කරන්න පුළුවන්, ඉන්ස්ටිටියුට් එකක් කරන්න පුළුවන්, පාර්ට්නර්ෂිප් එකක් ඇති කරගෙන යන විදිහනේ දැන්
Yes.
අපිට දැන් කිව්වේ. එතකොට දැන් අපි ගත්තොත් එහෙම දැන් අපි කියන්නේ සමහරක් කට්ටිය ඉන්නවනේ මිස් එයා කම්පැනි එකකට එයා බොන්ඩ් එකක්වත් ජොයින් වෙලාවත් එහෙම නැහැ. self employees වගේ දැන් අපි ගත්තොත් එහෙම lawyers වගේ. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඒ ඉන්න කට්ටිය නැත්නම් අපි ගත්ත කියන්නේ consultancy services කරන අය. ඒ වගේ අය ඉන්නවනේ. ඒකට යාලා කායිකවත් බොන්ඩ් එකක් නැහැ. යාලගේ සර්විස් එක ඕන වුණොත් යාලා කම්පැනි එකට යාලා කාඩ් එකක් දෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ හරහා වැඩ කටයුතු වෙනවා. එතකොට දැන් අපි දැන් මම කරන්න කෑගිව පැත්තෙන් නිසා මම ඒ විදිහට යම්කිසි දවසක ඒ පැත්තෙන් ඒ දේවල් ස්කිල්ස් ටික ඔක්කොම හදාගෙන මම කම්පැනි එකට ජොයින් වෙලා කරනකොට එතකොට මම යාලත් එක්ක පාර්ට්නර්ෂිප් එකකට මම දැන් කම්පැනි එම්ප්ලොයී කෙනෙක් විදිහට නෙමෙයි මම කියන්නේ. ඒතර ජොබ් එකක් නේ මම කරන්නේ. මේක හොස්පිටල් පුළුවන් කම්පැනි එකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන් එහෙම. එතකොට අපිට දැන් එයාලත් එක්ක තියෙන ටීම් වර්ක් එකක් කරනකොට අපිට ඉෂුස් ආපුහාම ඒ දැන් මේ තියෙන විදිහට ඒ ඉෂුස් අපිට විසඳ ගන්න සමහරක් වෙලාවට බැරි තැන් එනවනේ. කියන්නේ මගේ අයිඩියා එකට කොහොමත්ම ඩිෆරන්ට් විදිහට රියැක්ට් කරන ඒකට අපි කියන සෙට් වෙන්න තිය එහෙම ඉන්නවනේ. එතකොට අපි දැන් ඒ කට්ටිය එක හැබැයි වැඩ කරන්නත් අපිට වෙනවා. සමහරක් වෙලාවට එයා එක මට මාරු වෙන්නත් බෑ. ටීම් එකේ ඉන්නත් වෙනවා මට. නමුත් අර ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ඇලිගේෂන්ස් තියෙනවා. අන්න ඒ වගේ වෙලාවට අපි කොහොමද ඒක කන්වින්ස් කරගන්නේ?
Okay, so then self employed ඒ කියන්නේ contract අපි ඒ කියන්නේ අපි කියන්නේ සමහරවිට ඔය employee කියන්නේ දැන් අපි වැඩ කරන මොකක් හරි තැනක එහෙම like as you said there are some jobs like contract based jobs නේ. කියන්නේ තනිකරම contract එකක් base කරගෙන යන jobs තියෙනවානේ. කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලෝ ඒ workplace එකේ employees ලා විදිහට ගණන් ගන්නේ නැහැ. එයාලට they don't even have an EPF number, EPF, ETF benefits ඒවත් මුකුත් නැති අර contract holders ලා කියලා අර contract base එකෙන් යන කට්ටිය ඉන්නවනේ. එතකොට contract holders ලා කිව්වහම it is just one person and an organization, right? ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයා එක පුද්ගලයෙක් විදිහට organization එකකට වැඩ කරනවානේ. Like ඒ කියන්නේ self employed කෙනෙක් විදිහට you are working for an organization. හරිද? එතකොට ඒක we can't actually consider it as a partnership working. මොකද partnership working එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ ඒ කියන්නේ අපි දැන් partnership කියන වචනේ මතු පිටින් ගත්තාම partnerships can happen in between people as well. That is true. But in today's lecture අපි partnership working කියලා කතා කරේ පුද්ගලයෙක් සහ organisation එකක් අතර bond එකක් ගැන නෙමෙයි organizations දෙකක් අතර කියන්නේ organizations දෙකක් අතර හෝ දෙකකට වැඩි ප්‍රමාණයක් අතර companies දෙකක් අතර හෝ companies දෙකකට වැඩි ප්‍රමාණයක් අතර or else can be in between agencies the bonds between two agencies or more than two agencies. හරිද? අන්න අපි කියනද like we talked about those kind of partnership working in today's lecture. කියන්නේ අපි අද lecture එකේ මේ lecture එකේ අපි partnership working කියලා කතා කරේ එහෙම අර කවුරු හරි එක පුද්ගලයෙකුයි organisation එකකුයි අතර තියෙන bond එක ගැන නෙමෙයි. මෙතන partnership කියලා අපි කතා කරේ health and social care related organizations දෙකක් හෝ වැඩි ප්‍රමාණයක් අතර. කියන්නේ or organizations විදිහට අරගෙන organizations දෙකක් හෝ කීපයක් අතර තියෙන bonds ගැන තමයි අපි partnership working කියලා මේ lecture එකේ අදහස් කරේ. Okay, so yes, when you look at the word partnership working, like you can like මතු පිටින් බලද්දී partnerships you can understand that partnerships can happen between people as well. හරිද? ඒක පොඩක් team working වගේ පැත්තට යන එකක්. ඒක නිකන් team work වගේ එකක්. Partnership working, yes Taranga, go ahead.
And also miss then when having partnership thing we are having agreement, no, we have to follow the agreement.
Yes, that is true. Agreements වලට sign කරලානේ partnership එකක් යන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් අර දැන් ඔයා කියපු වැඩ කරන්න අමාරු ඒවා දැන් අපි මේ lecture එකේ මම අර කිව්වා වගේ කතා කරේ it's not about partnership between a person and the organization, no partnerships between people. අපි කතා කරේ partnerships between organizations or companies or agencies. හරිද? එතකොට ඒ partnerships වලත් there can be difficulties. But as Taranga mentioned, partnership එකකට යද්දී you will have to sign a document. Organizational partnership එකකට යද්දී you will have to sign a certain kind of a document. It can be an agreement, it can be a contract, and terms of conditions තියෙන paper එකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. You will sign some sort of a document. You will have to. Okay, so once you sign it, because without signing it, you can't get into the partnership. Okay, so once you sign it, you have to obey whatever the things that they have mentioned in that particular agreement or in that particular contract. එහෙම නැත්තම් එහෙම ඔයා obey වෙන්නේ නැතුව ඒකට පිටින් මොකක් හරි කළොත් your job is at ඔයාගේ job එක නෙමෙයි, the organization is at risk. ඒ කියන්නේ අර partnership එකේ ඉන්න අනිත් organizations වලින් ඔයාගේ partnership එකෙන් අයින් කරන්න පුළුවන්. නැත්නම් contract එක hold කරන්න පුළුවන්. Those can be consequences. හරිද? එතකොට මේ yes. So
And also miss we are taking others opinion in there and we have to come to the one goal in the partnership.
yes, yeah, you have to yeah, so when you have if you have misunderstanding among the organizations, that's something really good that you can do. Like you can always remind yourself that despite of all these differences, we are still working towards the same goal. Like we might have differences, we can have certain problems, but at the end of the day, we all are trying to achieve this one thing. So we all want just one thing. Okay, so අපි හැමෝටම මේ organizations මේ partners ලා ඔක්කොටම ඕන එක දෙයක්. So when you remind yourself about that, that will be a bit helpful for you to obey the rules. And
Also, we have to keep
Yeah.
our ego aside.
මිස්
yes,
මං අහපු ප්‍රශ්නය වෙනස් මිස් ඔයිට වඩා. ඒ කියන්නේ මම මෙන්න මෙහෙම දෙයක් මම මේ කරේ. කියන්නේ දැන් මෙහෙමයි. අපි ඇග්‍රීමන්ට්ස් ඔක්කොම සයින් කරන බව ඇත්ත. right?
mm-hmm.
මෙහෙමයි. ඇග්‍රීමන්ට් එකේ තියෙන දේම සමහරක් කලාවට ඇතුළතදී වෙන්නේ නැහැ. උදාහරණයක් වශයෙන් ගත්තොත් අපි ඇග්‍රීමන්ට් එකේ දෙනවා මෙන්න මේ විදිහේ මේ විදිහයි කියලා. මම කියන්නේ මේ
Yes.
දැකපු දේවල් එක මම කියන්නේ. කියන දා පැය
Yeah.
8යි වැඩ කරන්න ඕන කියලා. නමුත් සමහරක් කලාවට කියන පැය 12ක් වැඩ කරන්න කියලා.
Yes,
එතකොට
ඒ
ඒකට
වගේ
ඒ මනුස්සයා කතා කරපුවාම එතකොට කෙනෙක් කියන්නේ ඔබ fired.
yeah.
right? ඒ කියන්නේ
ඒක
දැන්
you have to discuss with the HR, Kavishka. Because
ඒක තමයි
like
කියන්නේ.
ඒ
අන්න
කියන්නේ
ඒ වගේ දැන් අපි දැන්
agreement.
ඒ කියන්නේ අපි දැන් ගත්තොත් එහෙම කියනවා දැන් ඇග්‍රීමන්ට් එකේ තියෙන මේ විදිය මෙහෙම කියන. නමුත් සමහරවිට රේසිසම් ඇතුලේ වෙන්න පුළුවන්. නැත්නම් ඩිස්ක්‍රිමිනේෂන් කරනවා වගේ මොකක් හරි දෙයක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැත්නම් කියන්නේ දැන් අපේ අයිඩියාස් අපිට කියන්න වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. සමහරක් අයගේ අයිඩියාස් විතරයි උඩින් වෙන්නේ. ඒවා টොප් අප් කරලා ගන්නවා. ඊට පස්සේ කියනවා මේ අයිඩියා එකට වැඩ කරපන් කියලා. එතකොට අර සමහරක් වෙලාවට දැන් අපි ක්‍රියේටිවිටි කියන එක වුණා සමහරට අපේ එක එළියට දෙන්න වෙන්නේ අරයාලගේ විතරයි කරන්න වෙන්නේ අපිට කරන්න වෙන්නේ. එතකොට අර ඒකත් එක්කලා අර පොඩ්ඩක් ෆ්‍රස්ට්‍රේෂන් කලකිරීම කියන දේ ඇති වෙනවනේ. කියන්නේ මොකද අර
Yes,
මේක
agree.
පොයින්ට් එකේදී කිව්වා අපි වර්ක් එතික්ස් තියෙනකොට අපිට අර සැටිස්ෆැක්ෂන් එක තියෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා කිව්වනේ.
Yes.
එතකොට ඒක
Yeah.
නැත්තම් වැඩක් නැහැ දැන් කෝටියක් පඩිගත්තත් වැඩක් නැහැ සැටිස්ෆැක්ෂන් එකක් නැත්තම්.
Yes.
ඒක
So agreement එකක්, so the bottom line here is agreement is not something that only you have to follow. Agreement එකක් කියන්නේ the company and you ඒ කියන්නේ මොකක් හරි ඒ agreement එකක් sign කරන parties පහක් එකතු වෙලා agreement එකක් sign කරනවා නම් ඒ agreement එකේ තියෙන දේවල් සේරම all the 5 parties should follow. එතකොට ඒ agreement එකෙන් පිටින් මොකක් හරි එකක් වෙනවා නම් you can politely question the HR department like I'm sorry, this is like what has been mentioned in the agreement or in my contract, and what is actually happening is different, so I'm confused. එහෙම කියලා like you can ask for a clarification or an explanation from the HR department of the company that you are working in. මොකද agreement එකක් sign කරන parties කියන්නේ නෙමෙයි ඒ agreement එක sign කරන හැම party එකක්ම ඒ agreement එක obey කරන්න ඕනේ. That agreement is for everybody who signs it. හරිද? එතකොට ඒකේ තියෙන rules අපි sign කරන අපිට විතරක් නෙමෙයි එයාලටත් ඒවා අදාළයි. හරිද? එතකොට මේ like if you can see that things are like if you can see that there are certain things that happens outside the agreement that you signed, so then you have employee කෙනෙක් විදියට right එකක් තියෙනවා to get it clarified from the HR department. like මොකද්ද මේකට හේතුව and like ඇයි මෙහෙම වෙන්නේ කියලා HR department එකත් එක්ක කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් ඒ වගේ අවස්ථාවක.
මොකද අර මම ඒක අහන්න හේතුව මිස් අපි හිතුව දැන් මම පොඩි කම්පැනි එකක්. එතකොට මම පාර්ට්නර්ෂිප් එකක් දාගෙන ටිකක් මට වඩා ලොකු කම්පැනි එකක් එක්ක මගේ ෆියුචර් එක බ්‍රයිට් කරගන්න. එහෙම තියෙනවනේ. රයිට්. එතකොට
Yes.
ඒකත් එක්කලා දැන් අරයා මට වඩා පවර්ෆුල් නේ. එයාට කන්ටැක්ට්ස් තියෙනවා මට වඩා පවර්ෆුල්. හැබැයි එහෙම තිබුණාට එයාගේ තියෙන සමහර අපි කියන ඩර්ටි වර්ක්ස් තියෙනවනේ. හැම කෙනෙක්ටම මේ දේවල් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට ඒක කරනකොට මම එකට ඇග්‍රී වෙන්නේ නැති වුණොත් ඔන්න සමහරක් වෙලාවට එයාට පුළුවන් මගේ තියෙන මේවලට මොකක් හරි බලපාමක් ඇති කරලා මේ තියෙන ඒ පාත් එක පොඩ රුවින් කරන්න. එහෙම දේවල් තියෙනවනේ. අර එතකොට අපි යාලතේ කොච්චර කොන්ට්‍රැක්ට් එකක් තිබුණත් කොච්චර බොන්ඩ් එකක් තිබුණත් සමහරකට මම කියන අර අන්න ඒ වගේ දේවල්. ඒ වගේ දේවල් ඇති වෙන්න පුළුවන් මිස කියන්නේ ඕනම තැනක.
Yes, එහෙම ඒවා වෙන්න පුළුවන්, but again like when you like අපි agreement එකක් sign කරන්න agreement එකක් හදද්දී අපි මේ දේවල් වලට parties මේ ඔක්කොම අපි කට්ටියම මේකට adhere වුණේ නැත්තම් වෙන consequences ගැනත් ලියනවනේ. එතකොට ඒ agreement වල අපි ලියනවනේ if you don't obey these things, these are the consequences that can happen. හරිද? එහෙම ඒවා ලියනවනේ agreement එකක එහෙම ඒවා I'm sure you guys have seen agreements වල එහෙම ඒවා තියෙන්නේ මේවා තමයි that you guys are supposed to follow, but if you don't follow these things, these are the consequences that happen කියලා consequences වෙනම තියෙනවනේ agreement එකේ. so එතකොට like so එතකොට like a consequences kana then when you like when the companies sign for agreements, they are aware of the consequences, right? So එහෙම දැන් partnership එකක ඉද්දී අනිත් company එක එහෙම like එහෙම මොකක් හරි ඒ කියන්නේ agreement එකට ගොඩක් පිටින් යන විදිහට වැඩ කරන විදිහට කියන්නේ ගොඩක් අර නිකන් ගොඩක් crucial ප්‍රශ්න මොන හරි වුණොත් you can like you can politely remind them about the agreement. හරිද? ඒ කියන්නේ like මොනවාද අපි ඇත්තටම කියන්නේ what is the purpose of this partnership, what is our common goal. ඔහොමම එම කියලා ඊට පස්සේ you can have a meeting and මම කියන්නේ threat කරලා මේව තමයි ඔබේ උනේ නැත්තම් කරන්න කියලා threat කරනව නෙමෙයි, but you can like politely remind what are the consequences of not obeying the agreement. හරිද? එතකොට ඒ consequences remind කරාම සමහර විට the situation will get better. Yeah, but like do it politely, not like threatening. Yeah, so when they get reminded of the consequences and when they get reminded of the common goal, they will understand. Yeah, exactly, Fayaz. That's a really nice word. Friendly consultations. Thank you so much. Yes, I really like that word. Friendly consultations. Yes. මොකද එහෙම කතා කරාම guys, මොකද companies වල ඇත්තම පොඩි ළමයි නෑනේ, like there are adults. ඒතර friendly consultations වලින් ඇත්තම adults ලගේ ඒ කියන්නේ මේ අර මනස ගොඩක් අර child like නොවන අර හරි adult කෙනෙක්ට තියෙන්න ඕනේ balanced mind එකක් තියෙන කට්ටියව friendly consultations වලින් වෙනස් කරගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ ඇත්තටම එහෙම friendly consultation එකක් අර matured විදිහට consultation එකක් අරන් ගියාම like as I said, companies වල වැඩ කරන්නේ adults ලානේ, so they will be able to understand most of the time. එහෙම meetings වලින් එහෙම අර constructive meetings වලින් අර friendly consultations වලින් මේ ගොඩ දාගන්න පුළුවන් ප්‍රශ්න ගොඩාක් තියෙනවා. Like because at a workplace we are not dealing with children, right? Or ළමයි පොඩි ළමයි එක්ක වගේ අර කරදර නෑනේ, adults are matured, mind එකත් matured. එතකොට friendly consultations වලින් ගොඩාක් ප්‍රශ්න අත්‍තරම කොට දාගන්න පුළුවන්. So ඒ වගේ situations වල.
එතකොට ඒක තමයි උත්තරේ මිස් නේ.
Yes, that is the best thing that you can do. ඔයා කියපු විදිහේ situation එකක කරන්න පුළුවන් හොඳම එක ඒක. And yes, Fayaz. Thank you so much for giving brilliant answers. Yes. Last option, legal actions. Yes. The කොච්චර කිව්වත් කියලා කොච්චර කියනවා තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. එකම එක කොච්චර කිව්වත් හදාගන්න බැරි නම් yes. Last option එක legal actions වලට යන එක. මොකද අර නීතිය කියන එක තමන් ගන්න එක නෙමෙයි කරන්න ඕනේ. We have like legal bodies in every country to handle the law, right? එතකොට තමන් හොඳින් විසඳන්න ප්‍රශ්නයක් උත්සාහ කරලා ඒක හරියන්නේ නැත්නම් තමන් නීතිය අතර ගන්න නැතුව නීතිය ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන තැනකට ගිහිල්ලා ඒගොල්ලෝ හරහා legal action එකක් ගන්න එක තමයි හොඳම එක. But legal action should, as Fayaz very correctly mentioned, legal action should be the last option. කියන්නේ ඒක තමයි අන්තිමටම කරන්න ඕන එක. හරිද? කියන්නේ අපි ප්‍රශ්නයක් විසඳද්දි මුලින්ම කරන්න පුළුවන් සිම්පල්ම සොලියුෂන් එකනේ පටන් ගන්න ඕනේ. සිම්පල්ම එක කරලා හරි ගියේ නැත්නම් ඊළඟට සිම්පල් එක. ඒකත් හරි ගියේ නැත්නම් ඊළඟට සිම්පල් එක. එහෙමනේ ප්‍රශ්න සාමාන්‍යයෙන් that is how adults solve problems. Right? So හොම ගිහිල්ලා legal actions තමයි අන්තිමටම අර කිසිම දෙයක් කරගන්න බැරි වුණොත් fortunately or unfortunately you will have to go for legal actions. අර කලින් ඒවා මුකුත් කරගන්න solutions හරි ගියේ නැත්තම්.
අන්න ඒක මිස් තමයි මම අහපු පොයින්ට් එක. දැන් මිස් අර ඇක්ට් එකක් ගැන කිව්වනේ. ඒකට දැන් ඔය ඇක්ට් වල තියෙන දේවල් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ස්පෙෂලි අපි දැන් ඔය රිෆර් කරන්නේ එතකොට අපේ knowledge එකටනේ.
Yes.
එතකොට ඕක දැන් අපිට ඒ කියන්නේ ඕන වෙල තැනක අපිට ඕක ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙන්න මෙහෙම දෙයක් තියෙනවා, මෙන්න මෙහෙම ලියලා තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ මේක අපිට රිෆර් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඕනම කෙනෙක්ට මේක කියන්න. අන්න ඒම අන්න මම අන්න එතන තමයි මම මේ කරේ. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් මෙන්න මේ විදියට තියෙනවා. එතකොට මේ විදියට මේ දේවල් සිද්ධ විය යුතුයි කියන එක අපිට එතකොට මෙන්ෂන් කරනකොට අර ප්‍රශ්න ඇති වුණාම අපිට දැන් සාමාන්‍ය බැලන්ස් කරගන්න පුළුවන්. මොකද මේ ඔය කොච්චර කොහොම කිව්වත් මැචුවර් කියන තැන හිටියා සමහරක් අය පොඩි ළමයිගේ වැඩ කරනවා. ඒක කියන්නේ මිස් ඕනම තැනක ඒ වගේ දේවල් තියෙනවා. නැතුව නෙවෙයි. නමුත් අර සමහරක් වෙලාවට ඒ තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න විසඳ ගන්නකොට දැන් අපි මෙන්න මේ විදිහට තොරතුරු ඉදිරිපත් කරනවා. නමුත් එයාලා ඒකට ඉදිරිපත් කියන්නේ එයාලා ඒකට ඇග්‍රි වෙන්නේ නැහැ. නැත්නම් සමහරක් වෙලාවට එයාලා පෙන්වන්න හදනවා මෙන්න මෙහෙමයි මට මෙහෙමයි. ඒ කියන්නේ මට අර කියන්නේ දැන් ඔය මම ප්‍රශ්න ඉදිරිපත් කරන මිස්ටුණා තේරෙන්නේ. මොකද මිසු ඒ කියන්නේ ඒ වගේ සිටුේෂන්ස් වලට මුහුණ දීලා තියෙන. අන්න ඒක තමයි මට දැනගන්න උවමනා වුණේ. මොකද අපි ස්පෙෂලි ඉස්සරහට අපි වැඩ කරනකොට කා එක මේක වෙන්න පුළුවන් ආයතනයක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැත්නම් මේක වෙන්න පුළුවන් ගොඩක් ඕගනයිසේෂන් එක වෙන්න පුළුවන්. අන්න එතනදී කියන්නේ අපි කොහොමද ඒක ස්මූත්ලි බැලන්ස් කරගන්න කියන එක තමයි මේක. It's okay madam. Thank you so much.
No worries, Kavishka. Yeah, so I think I hope you got the answer. Yeah, so අපිට අර අපි ඉස්සලා කතා කරා වගේ ඒ වගේ situations handle කරගන්න විදි ප්‍රධාන විදි දෙකක් තියෙනවා. කලින් කතා කළා වගේ මුලින්ම හොඳින් කතා කරගන්න බලනවා friendly consultations, but unfortunately if that doesn't help එහෙනම් sadly you have to go for legal actions. අන්තිම හැබැයි that should be the last option. ඒ දෙක තමයි මේන්ම විදි දෙක ඒ වගේ සිටුේෂන් එකක් හැන්ඩල් කරගන්න. And the most suitable two methods to handle those kind of situations.
Okay.
All right. So guys, I will you don't have Miss Afrida's and Sharmili's lectures today, ne? Okay. So yeah. Yes. Okay. So guys, I will end the lecture now. So you have the lecture note on the WhatsApp group, and I will upload this lecture note to the class notebook, the team's
Miss,
class
sorry.
notebook as well. Yes, Taranga.
Miss, I didn't get that I checked the notebook, but it is not there, no, Miss. Please ask from others also. They can
Okay.
see the note.
Guys, can you all see the notebook? Class notebook.
I
Class
opened it,
notebook
but
කියන්නේ
nothing
මේ
there, Miss.
අර මිස් එවන ලින්ක් එකද?
නැහැ. Teams class
No.
notebook එක.
We can download it, no?
Yes. So guys, I will show you how to access the class notebook now. Right. So I'll tell you how to access the class notebook. Okay, so like ඔගලන්ගේ Teams වල class notebook කියලා තියෙනවානේ. So you just have to click on that.
Yes, I clicked it, Miss, but nothing there. They are telling that nothing uploaded. That's why I asked.
Oh, okay. So ඒක click කරාට පස්සෙත් තරංග තව ගොඩක් ඒවා කරන්න ඕනේ. උඩින් මම ඔයාලට කියන්නම් මොකද්ද කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා. Class notebook එක ටිකක් මේ complicated. I'll tell you what to do. Yeah. WhatsApp එකෙන් ගන්න එක ලේසි, but I'm not sure class
No,
notebook
it's
එක prefer
okay,
කරන්නේ.
Miss. It's okay. You are, that time is going. No, it's okay. I can share through the email. It's okay, Miss.
all right තරංග. So guys, කවුරු හරි class notebook එකේ එනොත් කවුරු හරි refer කරන අය ඇතිද දන්නේ නැහැ නේ මම ඒකයි ඒකටත් upload කරන්නේ WhatsApp එකට අමතරව. So කවුරු හරි class notebook එකෙන් refer කරන කට්ටිය ඒක access කරගන්න බැරි කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවා නම් just let me know. Okay, so then I will tell you how to access
You
it.
can send one message telling that how to do it. So we
Yeah.
can follow. No?
Yes. Yeah. That's a good idea. I'll put a text to the group, to the WhatsApp group. So then you can follow it. All right, guys. So I'll.
WhatsApp group එකේ text කරන්න බෑනේ මිස් ඒක admin ලට විතරයි නේද?
Yes. Admin can, yes. The admin and the lecturers can text. I also don't know why. But anyways, I can send the message. Ne? So I'll send it on the group. Okay, so
Okay,
guys,
Miss, thank you.
no worries, guys. Okay, I will end the lesson then. I'll see all of you guys next week. Okay, and next week you will get your assignment as well, guys. So next week we can discuss about the assignment. Okay, I'll
මිස් assignment එකක් දුන්නාම සමහර කොච්චර duration එකක් දෙනවද submit කරන්න?
see you next. Yes, Madhushi, the previous lecture recordings, right? Can you contact the coordinator Malki about the previous lecture recordings? Because the Teams recordings, guys, the issue with Teams recordings is Teams recordings expire after few weeks. හරිද? එතකොට සමහරවිට ගොඩක් පරක් වෙලා download කරන්න බැලුවොත් the recordings are not there. Okay, so just check with Malki coordinator. So just check with Malki whether she has the recordings with her or not. So then she will be able to share it with you if she has the recordings. Okay, so guys, I'll be ending the lecture now. Bye bye. Thank you all for joining. I'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, madam. Good day.
You're welcome, guys. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much.